Welcome back to the Yins Betcha podcast. Another week, another crazy week. Football everywhere. We got points to go through. We had a terrible week. As always, Kevin's here. We're gonna go through a little bit of Cavs first, though. Kind of talk about the loss yesterday to the Celtics. Tough loss, but we'll move on. I'm actually glad we got the loss, but we'll talk about that. And like I said, we have college football, of course. Like always, we have college football recap, then preview, and then we'll go into NFL recap and preview. And then we'll talk about anything else we got to talk about. But yeah, what's up?
What's going on, Tyler?
Nothing.
A little bit late start tonight. We're almost into the first quarter of the Cavs Pelicans game here.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, they got the first loss. I was hoping that they would win so we can keep talking undefeated.
Well, I know.
How long we can go.
I know.
But it's at Boston. Probably
in the guard.
They're still the best team in the league.
The guard. You go there. They are. Yeah. There's no ifs about it. But especially like how they eliminated us last year. They were the champions. We wanted to beat them that bad. And to lose by 3, I think if there's a point differential like 3 for the NBA Cup, it's a bad thing. I think like the least you lose by, the worse. I have to look that up. That's
don't even. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not even going to pretend to fucking understand the season tournament thing.
No, it's.
I don't give a shit.
It's a lot. It is.
You got me watching the NBA
in November. We are.
It is,
dude.
So,
this is our second one. This is awesome.
Yeah, and I think we're already talking about next week.
Doing it again.
Yeah, back to back. So. Especially with the Thanksgiving holiday. So
yeah,
we may be doing Cavs talk 3 straight weeks. So, but I did watch not all of the game last night. I at least tuned in. It's kind of a slow sports night, honestly. It's some action going on. But
yeah,
with all the traveling I did this past weekend, it was good to just kick back a little bit. And I was getting caught up on some sports shows that I recorded. But in between was peeking at the Cavs game, watching it. They played with them. I mean, that's... we just talked about before we went on the air. You're going to lose games. You're not going undefeated in an NBA season. So we knew that wasn't going to happen. But they proved that they could hang with them. The East as a collective whole is pretty weak.
Yeah,
I think it's very top heavy.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I predicted the Celtics to go back to back this year. Which again, this is kind of what I had a problem with the NBA, how predictable it
can
used to be.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to say right now in November, I don't see why it won't be Cavs Celtics in the conference final. I don't see anybody else in that conference rising up to knock either one of them off the pedestal.
Yeah, and really, I agree with you. I think that there's just a lot of especially in the East. You're right. There's a lot of top heaviness to it. Like there's just the amount of players that you got on each side of the Celtics and the Cavs. It's just unmatched and everything else. But the West is a lot of fun to watch actually this year. Before it was switched, the roles were reversed. There was a lot of just, we had the Lakers from in the middle of the 2000s, and then we had the Warriors, and then it felt like top heavy. Yep. And now it's switched feels, and it has the Thunder. You got the Nuggets. You got.
I think Denver is on the slide down now.
It feels that way.
Yeah, I thought that they had a shot at multiple championships, but again, the West is so hard.
Everyone feels
Minnesota
scrappy.
had a slow start, but they're transitioning some star players, so it's going to take them a minute to get going. I think they'll be a threat.
I think they'll be a great threat in the playoffs. Yeah,
Thunder are dealing with some injuries right now, so maybe they're getting that out of the way.
Yeah,
Golden State's kind of back.
Yeah,
honestly.
And the Mavericks, the Mavericks with Klay Thompson is kind of working, kind of not. And then you just have the Clippers over there too, and the Clippers just feel they have the stars, but they just can't. It's just the same thing with James Harden. It's the same thing with these players that you just get the bad. It feels like bad locker room vibes, but I don't know. At the same time, you had him in 76ers, you had him in Houston, and of course the Thunder, where he should belong. But James Harden just feels like he's just going to keep bouncing around. It's But
and unfortunately, I hate we talked about me not really liking the traditional teams, the Lakers and Celtics.
Yeah.
The Lakers might be back. They found something with Dalton Connect.
Man, yeah.
And he's just fitting in nicely. He's shooting like 60% from 3 last
couple
games.
It was actually awesome. How can you not connect 4? That's what I heard of a nickname, which is freaking awesome. It's actually great over there. I'm shocked at how well everyone's doing. LeBron's not, of course, scoring or assisting as he once was. He's still putting up great numbers for what they need, and that's exactly what they need right now. So, good for them. But, yeah. Going back a little bit on the Cavs, man, Kenny Atkinson just has his team rolling. We talked about it last week with Tim. Thank you again, Tim, for jumping on. It was great. It's just great. To see Evan Mobley playing the way he's playing, it just seems like he just wants to score. Donovan Mitchell and everyone's just playing great. Unfortunate loss yesterday.
Yeah. And again, it's kind of expected, and sometimes coming off a back-to-back is hard. But I think it's going to be nice that they come back home. It's a winnable game.
Yeah.
They were leading by 5 here at the end of the first quarter, so it's starting the second now. But, I mean, I know, when we were on the air last week talking against the Sixers, didn't win a game until last night.
Yeah,
so
dude.
But
it feels like another
it's in
game.
The East. I feel
yeah.
To me, there's no way that he misses the playoffs. But
it's getting to the point where you're not going to start Joel. You need to get going. You need him to start playing. And I'm saying back to backs because I know you said he's never going to play.
They're 0-3 with him in the lineup though. So he's supposed to be playing tonight since he didn't play last night. He's not playing back to backs at all.
It just seems like if you're not, we're at the point. Like it's early, I know, but we're at a point. Like you're saying, they're not going to be able to come back from what they're deficiting and him sitting. And it's just, he is 0-3 with him in the lineup, but they need to get him in and play more.
Going into last night, they were tied for the worst record with the Wizards. And
Wizards.
There's no mistaking that they're the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. The start that they got off to.
I think the Pistons are still. I haven't looked at their record or anything recently, but I think they're still bottom of the pile in the East. But they seem to be doing a lot better than what they were. Cade Cunningham is really role playing now, and looks like that he's just doing amazing work down there. But I think they're still bottom half. I have to look at the records, but cool to be not last and not win only like 9 games a year. So they're actually winning more than that. So
that's right.
Yeah, but all right, cool. Yeah. I think the Caps like 14.5. I feel like they were like a big favorite tonight.
They were. Over-under was like 221.
Okay.
I mean, Cavs have been scoring points, man.
Yeah.
So,
right there, another
33 here, so that's definitely on pace to go over.
Yeah.
2 minutes into the half, and we're already at 65. So,
yeah. We're already halfway there. It's not even halfway done with the game. So, all right, cool. All right, great. Yeah, if anything comes up for NBA, we can go back to it too. But the other thing I'll say, last thing I'll say is the Bucks. The Bucks are 5-9.
Do you think Giannis is getting traded? I guess that's the rumor.
That is the rumor. That is the rumor, and I don't know.
The more they lose, you might have to.
It feels like I thought he would be like a Patrick Mahomes for the NBA for the Bucks, like just 10-year, like whatever they can sign him to, they sign him to, and then they keep him forever. But now, they just keep losing, and the rumor is that it's crazy.
Yeah.
I never thought he'd leave ever. That's too bad. Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah, we got a lot to get to and you went to the Tennessee Titans game and Minnesota Vikings game.
Yeah.
Went to Tennessee. That's awesome. We'll get to the NFL, but I wanted to point that out. That was great. So, all right, cool. College football.
So let's talk our picks first.
Oh yeah, I don't.
You didn't have a. I mean, you put up points in both your games. We'll talk yours first. You had Ohio State 2 straight weeks.
Man, I was close though.
Shit for that.
Yeah,
close.
I was close.
I tell you what though, that first quarter, Northwestern should have been up 10-0.
Yeah.
14-0. And maybe it's a different game with a 2-score lead. I don't know, but they dominated them in the first quarter.
Yeah.
And then it was lights out. I mean, and you knew it was coming. It was one of those it was fun to see it for a quarter.
Yeah.
I actually started getting as fun as it was seeing Ohio State lose.
Yeah.
I started thinking, oh fuck, we got to play this team next week.
Right.
And if Ohio
That's what I got
State's
scared.
them,
I said the same thing. Yeah.
I was like, we might not be going to a bowl game.
No.
But they came down to earth a little bit. Ohio State dominated from there, but getting to that slow start kind of hurt your cover.
Yeah, I'll say though, with that game, when you said that, I said the exact same thing to myself. But what worries me still is how well Northwestern played him for the first 15 minutes, or whatever the first quarter was, and that's what scares me. Is because I know that we're not as good as Ohio State is right now, and maybe they can just do it for 3 quarters, and maybe keep. Okay, we'll preview it. I guess. Yeah, okay. Other picks. Sorry.
No, you're good. You had Pitt plus 10. Again, they covered. Probably should have won the game. They got
feels
a
that.
defensive lapse on that. I don't know if you saw the final touchdown that Clemson scored in the final minute. But
I did. I did. I was,
50-yard
yes, I did.
Run.
Yeah.
So, that's just Pitt being Pitt.
And they were at home. I forgot they were at home. That was a generational. I should have went to that game. I wanted to go to that game. It was awesome for Pitt to host Clemson there. That's great. So
you picked up 3 points for the cover, beating the underdog cover, so you ended up getting with 4 points there. I maxed out, so I was pretty happy with that. Georgia covered the 10.5. It was a little dicey there for a little while. They turned it on.
Yeah.
I do little side thing. I had a 5-leg parlay in that game, and I missed it by 36 passing yards for Tennessee.
Oh.
Yeah, I had anytime touchdown from Georgia's running back, Squirrel White going over 40 yards receiving.
You were
Georgia to cover, and I had the over. And so the only thing I missed was. So I was pissed.
Well, you were in Tennessee when you played
Tennessee.
That's awesome.
$650 bet.
I miss betting on players in college for props. Like it's just a great time to do that. It's great.
Yeah. So, but I got 3 points here, and then Syracuse plus 9 won outright.
That was huge.
That's kind of why I picked them.
Yeah.
I felt like that was going to happen. So, and now if you remember my favorite, I was torn between Georgia and Texas.
Yeah.
Texas ended up not coming.
Yes, that's right. Arkansas played them good.
Glad I stayed away from that. So I came in with 10 points from college. I know we'll get to the NFL here in a minute, but neither one of us had a good weekend there. So all said and done, we're actually tied 28-28.
It's kind of insane.
After 3 weeks points. So
we got to get a trophy.
No pressure, but we need. Oh, yeah.
We should get a trophy for that.
We should get a trophy for that.
That'll be fun. All right, cool. Gonna be better this week. I gotta be better this week.
Yeah.
That's what I keep. That's my motto every week now. But had a great week last week, and now I'm just gonna get better from here, I guess. So, all right, cool.
So we'll look back at last week's games. There was no real big college game on Thursday night. Friday, I had predicted the border war of Wyoming, Colorado State. I took Wyoming in points. Colorado State covered. So. Did not get to watch any of that game. My brother does not have CBS Sports Network, so I missed that game on Friday night.
Yeah,
sorry, I was tired. I went to bed super early down there. Anyway, the UCLA Washington game was still on when I went to bed. So,
oh man,
so I wouldn't have made it anyway. But yeah, Washington covered against UCLA. Arizona blew out Houston. Nothing real exciting from Friday night. So I guess we'll go straight into Saturday. A lot of games talking about Saturday.
Yeah. We can start. I mean, we can start with the big one, Oregon, if you want.
Yeah.
Crazy game to witness and watch. I was on the edge of my seat, to be honest with you, but I don't know. Dylan Gabriel just didn't have the game.
No.
Did not have what he used to. Definitely in Madison. Madison, though, feels like it's like Penn State went in there and took care of business, even though I thought like they would lose that week. But now maybe Madison is back. I don't know. But it really upset
them. It's a tough place to play at night. I mean, it's
no matter what.
It's starting to Oregon. A couple weeks ago, I was saying that there's no real clear number one team except maybe Oregon.
Yeah,
they looked like the most complete team, but then like you look at that game and it's like nobody's dominant. Anybody can win this damn thing.
Right.
I still, looking at the rankings last night. I still think it's going to be SEC Big Ten top heavy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be stunned if a 2-loss team wins this whole thing.
Man, I don't.
They're going to be battle tested. I'm just not going to be stunned.
Yeah.
I don't want to make any grand predictions with it. I'm still, at the beginning of the year, I said 3 out of 4 of the Final Four will probably be SEC.
Yeah.
I'll stand with that. It may not happen. A lot of it's going to come down to matchups.
Right.
Who's playing who and who's going to have to travel and all that. But and even right now, I would say Ohio State would be in it because look at their matchups right now. Like I think they get BYU. If they win that, they get Boise State. Granted, it would be in Boise, but how easier can that be for them to avoid a conference team
and get all the way to the semifinals?
And they would get to the semifinals without
even
playing a Power 5.
Of course.
School. So. And again, that's as of right now. It's going to all play itself out.
Yeah.
They may end up, right now they're slated to play a first round game, but if things fall their way and they play Oregon in the Big Ten championship, beat them, they're going to get a bye.
They're going to buy.
So then it's all going to change anyway.
Wow.
And that may end up being that almost could end up being a bad thing because then you might get matched up with a harder matchup in that second round.
Yeah.
Granted, you won't have to go on the road, but there is something to be said about continuing to play, building that momentum, especially if it's a winnable game. I mean, let's face it, Ohio State would kick BYU's ass.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's almost a bye week anyway.
Right.
So
feels like practice again.
Yeah.
Right. So
I mean, I guess it gives you another vulnerable opportunity to get somebody hurt. It's unnecessary contact that you would rather avoid it and get the bye. But
yeah, man, that's great. Yeah.
Tulane blew out Navy. I'm a little bit scared now. Like, I'm obviously a big Army guy.
Yeah.
Army's locked into the conference championship.
Right.
Tulane's fucking hot right now.
Dude, they're good, man. The American, that might be their conference. It's their conference, for sure. Like, they're 7-0. I actually had Navy. They didn't score a single point. Yeah, it was rough. It was actually like 7.5. They ended up losing 35-0. So I really thought like the shipment would give them a little bit of a pull, push, tug and war or whatever, and just nothing from them. But yeah, crazy how good Tulane actually looks for the American.
Yeah.
It is.
Obviously, Army. If Army wants to be serious about a possible playoff chance, they got to beat Notre Dame Saturday night anyway.
You're right.
And then they can worry about this. But now I'm starting to think Army could end up with 2 losses. I mean, obviously Notre Dame's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Army does have the second easiest schedule in the entire country.
Oh wow, I did not know
and
that.
that may catch up to them.
Yeah.
And we'll find out Saturday night. I hope they rise up. I hate Notre Dame anyway. And being an Army guy, wins that game.
Yeah,
keeps the dream alive. But they definitely got some tough games ahead of them for sure.
Right. I think that's going to be an awesome game, though. Great game to watch. Yeah. I mean, that'd be so.
Listening to hopefully.
Oh, that's right.
Michigan,
Me too. Yeah.
Oh, it gives us something to listen to.
Yeah.
We talked briefly about Clemson and Pitt. Again, I loved it. I hate Narduzzi. I want to root for Pitt.
Yeah.
Because they're relatively local. And I don't really like Penn State, so that whole Pitt-Penn State rivalry, I'm on Pitt's side on that. Penn State's ducking them, just like Ohio State ducked Cincinnati.
Right.
Like as soon as they got relevant and good, I don't want to put them on the fucking schedule.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely on Pitt's side for that. But it's fucking Narduzzi just makes it so hard to root for them. I cannot stand it.
Yeah.
He's such a blowhard. So I'm glad. I love seeing them lose. Tough break. They should have won.
Tough break, yeah.
But I knew it was
that was the
gold
game
when
I
they were
had.
undefeated. And now they're at 3 losses.
They did cover. I'll take it. So that's not 3 points, or is that's just 1 point when they cover?
Yeah,
that is 3 points.
I had to write it down because
I keep forgetting, man. Yeah.
So for underdog, you get 1 point for a push. You get 3 for a cover.
Okay.
5 for a win.
Yeah.
And then if that win is on the road, you get
7. Great. Okay.
So you got 3.
Got 3.
Got the cover.
That was good. Yeah.
Maybe we could have done the points. I think Game Day does it. If you get the win, you get the points plus whatever the spread is. Something like that. That's how you can get if you pick a 20-some point underdog to win, you get 25 fucking points. So we could have done that. It kind of dares you to pick a team that's
really
big underdog.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think it's fun the way it's.
No, I think it's good. Yeah, we'll keep figuring it out. We'll keep figuring it out.
Yeah. So Texas, we talked there that I almost picked them instead of Georgia. I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't watch a lot of that game. We kept peeking in, but I don't know. I was so high on Texas at the beginning of the year. I'm starting to trail off a little bit. Obviously, the Michigan win doesn't mean shit now.
No.
Their one big game they had was Georgia at home, and they lost that in pretty convincing fashion.
Okay, yeah, really.
They
how good are they?
They're big. Their key wins that's showing up is at Vanderbilt and Michigan.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Yeah, right.
And again, I know Vanderbilt beat Alabama. But
they're better than what they were before, but you're right. I think that, I don't know. I don't actually know how much.
I don't know if they're locked to. I mean, I could see them losing the SEC championship.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think they'll be a lock to get in the playoffs. I don't think they have anything on the schedule. I'd be worried about them losing.
No, I think next week is last week, of course, but
they
or this week.
Or somebody down the road. Yeah, they did. So they get Kentucky this week. Kentucky always rises up for games like this.
Yeah, yeah.
But it is at home. But then they gotta go.
Oh, that'll be a good game.
A&M Saturday.
Yeah.
30th. So
man,
that could be an L there.
That'll be a great game to see. Yeah, it's just another like game. I feel like they just won because their defense is better, or maybe their offense is better. Like they have like Quinn is. I don't actually know how good he is, but he just keeps. It feels like he just keeps them. He's just like okay, and then wins games. Like I don't know, but yeah, definitely interesting way. I can't wait for that to fold and unfold.
They were kind of built like Michigan was last year. I mean, like there was some.
Yeah, maybe they could win.
We didn't look pretty. We just got it done.
Yeah,
so.
maybe they could win it in that sense. Like maybe they could just go all the way and do it now. So.
Colorado, man, I fucking love seeing Dion just kicking ass.
Dude, they look so good.
They really, really did.
They look so good.
I actually think they may just win out.
I think they will too, and I also think Travis Hunter, there's no doubt, is the Heisman. He is undoubtedly.
And the more they keep winning, the better chance that's
for him. Yeah,
yeah. That's what helped Charles Woodson in the late '90s.
We kept winning. Yeah,
they just kept winning games, and he wasn't putting up the numbers that other guys out there were doing. And I mean, he wanted the year fucking Peyton Manning. Randy Moss scored like bazillion touchdowns down.
Yeah.
I mean that's what hurt him. Is Marshall back then was still not playing
great.
So I mean he still don't. But yeah, I mean it's crazy to see it. I can't believe how quick it was turning around. People were kind of getting on him. Like they came out to that hot start last year. They beat TCU, who was in the title game the year before, and it looked like holy shit. And then it just went south quickly.
Yeah.
But the reality is, he did have this massive turnover. He took over a team with one win, got him to fucking 4.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hell of a
hell of a jump.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I think it would have been cool to see them make a bowl game. I felt like that was the aspiration.
Yeah.
The fact when he went 2-0 and the way the media props him up, people were getting on, how come they're not in the title hunt? Well, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And I don't even think it's reasonable to think national title
this year. No, I don't think so either.
I do think the next goal was get a bowl game.
Yeah.
Now they are seriously
in it.
12 title contender.
Yeah.
And could get in the playoff, which is just nuts. So
it'd be interesting to see how
working at a home game.
Yeah, working at home, right?
Yeah, I mean they easily could get a top 4 seed. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens there. But I'm rooting for it. I hope they keep winning.
Dude, yeah, it looks great. I mean, now you're in a point now though with them, with 2 losses. Like before, we were talking last week about how he could even go to Florida State or go. I was even seeing the Cowboys. But now, the dynamic you're building with 2 losses, I thought the last 2 weeks there could have been a loss there.
Yeah.
To then continue on another loss maybe, and then look into see what's next. But he's really building a dynamic. I mean, he has been for a while, I know, but
he was very cryptic with his messaging. I don't know if you heard, but he said, they kind of asked him about the Cowboys, Florida State, rumors.
Yeah.
And he said he's happy here. He's got his kickstand down right now. And let me tell you something about a kickstand. Right? I have 2 motorcycles in the garage right now. And all I have to do is sit on it and click up the kickstand, and I'm rolling.
Yeah, you're
right.
So
I don't know if that was a metaphor of some sort. A kickstand isn't very
it's not
secure. Concrete.
Yes, yes.
I felt like that was okay, we're not going anywhere. I have my kickstand. It doesn't take much to kick the kickstand.
Yeah, right.
And start moving. So I don't know if that was a play on words, if that was on purpose.
Yeah.
And he's a very articulate individual and does find the right words.
Yes.
So I feel like there was messaging there. So I'm not
agree.
going to hold my breath. And he's going to get offers. That's the thing. It still feels good, right? You have to listen to them. I'm successful where I'm at job-wise, and I've got people that are chasing me, and I don't have a desire to leave, but I fucking listen to it.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to do that. You owe it to yourself to at least entertain it. Right?
And see what's up.
And
right.
see what's there.
Right.
So I would have no qualms. And that's what makes it tough in the college game, because you got to sit down in a recruit's living room with their parents.
Yeah.
And basically promise them that, I'm going to do all this for you as your coach, and then turn around and potentially leave. But all that shit's gone out the window anyway. The transfer portal.
Oh, it doesn't even feels like it doesn't even
fucking matter.
That's why Nick Saban retired. So
yeah. So I don't I've never blamed. If the NCAA is going to open this up for the players to just move around as can be, then I don't want to hear shit anymore about a coach doing it.
Right, right.
It's
the exact same way, the exact same principles that you're giving out to these people. Yeah,
it is. The minor leagues in the NFL.
Yeah.
So I don't like it either. Like, I grew up, a little bit old school with that, and I still enjoy it. I'm not gonna ever hate it to the point I'm gonna quit watching it.
Yeah.
But and I can't stand even. I don't want to get too political. But when people would tell me when the kneeling shit was happening in the NFL, I'm not watching.
Oh,
whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Like, they're not missing you, because the NFL is still the most watched league in sport and anywhere in the world, and that's not going to change because some people will say, I'm not going to watch because somebody's kneeling.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
Right.
So I don't like it either. I don't like how it draws the attention. But it's their right. If they don't want to be there and don't, whatever, I don't care. My question on that was why do we even sing the fucking national anthem before sporting events anyway? Why is that a thing?
Mm-hmm.
I don't go to Regal Cinema to go see a movie. We don't do the fucking national anthem before I start watching the movie.
Yeah.
I don't. I never understood why that got incorporated the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's kind of been there all our lives, and it's not going to change.
Mm-hmm.
But it's who cares? You know what I mean? So I don't know. But I went on a little bit of a tangent. I got off my soapbox now. But this is what this podcast is for.
Get it out.
This
is
what
it's
for.
Get it out.
This is exactly what it's for. So the Cavs just went into the locker room with a 69-55 lead at halftime.
A great little run at the end there, too.
Yeah, it was. So definitely on pace for the over and the cover at this point. So see what happens in the second half.
Yeah.
Keep talking. Ohio State Northwestern. Can we just put that to bed? We talked about it.
Yeah, they did it again.
We talked about it.
That's our terrible game for them, but
our opponents for the next 2 weeks.
Yep. We'll see you when we see you.
Sorry, I got some things to say.
Yeah.
We'll wait for the Michigan preview to get to it.
Yeah.
I want to. One other thing I do want to say. I hate to backtrack a little bit, but I found it interesting the week after the loss that they had. But there was a 4-star recruit that was committed to Pitt from Belleville High School, which is the same high school as our boy Underwood.
Yeah.
And he's going to Michigan.
He
flipped from Pitt to Michigan. So I don't know if that loss had anything to do with it.
Right.
But having one of Bryce Underwood's teammates, I'm hoping.
Yeah, please.
Hoping. It doesn't sound like. I mean, I think we're up to the $15 million range.
Oh my God.
I'm hearing for the. And we're talking about a university that hasn't embraced it in the first place.
Right.
So I don't know, do we really make that kind of leap to go from barely offering? I don't even know if we've done $1 million for all of our players.
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So,
right.
Corum and all them were doing local fucking car dealerships and shit. So, I don't know. I just don't know if we can play with that. I feel like it's helping maybe that LSU's not having. They're starting.
They're starting to decline.
4 losses.
Now.
So maybe that helps our case. I don't know. And again, I always said if I was a 3, 4, 5-star athlete, that I would rather go to a program that does need a little bit of a turnaround. I want to be the guy.
Yeah.
I want to be the reason we turn it around.
Exactly.
Not just another guy. That's why I've never understood how Ohio State and Alabama and Georgia, year after year after year, top 5 recruits every fucking year. It's why do you want to go? They already have all these 4 or 5-star guys.
Yeah.
You just become another guy.
Well, and I think
you're just an absolute stud. But this is why they move around.
Right.
And Burrow.
Well, now with the transfer portal, it's truly shifted in that scenario. But Ohio State always had the best wide receivers because they produced the wide receivers to get them to the NFL. Even their last year was with Bama too. You just make it on a special team and you're probably getting drafted. So it's just the production and turnaround for those guys, and I understood that. But now you're right. The transfer portal has truly just thrown an egg in that. And it's just completely the opposite way. And wherever you go, wherever you get your publicity from and your money, it's just the way you're going to get drafted now. And I feel like it's going to be worse for these players. They're not going to have the greatest start to the NFL. It's just going to take them even longer to produce in the NFL. And I think it already takes them long enough to produce a quarterback. Like if you get a good rookie quarterback, you still need to produce him, and it's just going to take even longer now. I think the turnaround is going to be even slower, especially with the way that the college football is going. So, yeah.
I'm going to go off on I want to go off. I'm going in order here.
That's good. Yeah.
Of what I have for CBS Sports. So.
Yeah.
Shout out to CBS Sports if you want to sponsor it.
Yeah, really, please.
But how about the 35 seconds of your alma mater between two different sports?
Oh my God!
Overtime happening, literally 30
Gross.
seconds apart from each other.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were watching both. I had both of them. I had one on my phone, and the other one we were kind of...
I was watching the basketball game when I got there. I wasn't watching the football game. Like I could care less about the football game right now. But the basketball game, my God.
Wow. Forcing overtime, double overtime with Syracuse.
To do it with Syracuse.
The whole fucking game, though.
Yeah.
So it does, like, it's one of those, like, it is a little bit of a... what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, Jesus, I'm drawing a blank.
That's okay. It's all right.
I don't know what else.
No, it's okay.
But
it happened.
But it's funny to, like, it's frustrating. Like, sometimes, like, when you go into a game where you don't expect to win and you play them tough like that, you're like, okay, this felt good, right? But they should have won that game. Like, I mean, they led the entire fucking game.
Yeah. Like...
Yeah, missed some free throws at the end.
Yeah, that was the toughest thing. We fouled out our only center we had left. We were in major foul trouble the entire time. Well, not the entire time, but getting into the second half, really down the way, got into foul trouble. We didn't have a guy over 6'7" at like the last 3 minutes of the game. So like, you're not gonna win the game when you don't have a center that's anywhere near those guys. And the one Syracuse center was just dominating us. Like no one could stop him in the paint. And at the time, our center had 4 fouls already, so he was just literally putting his hands up and not trying to hit him, just because any contact would be a foul there for him. So, but yeah, I mean, I feel like though YSU, which we'll probably get into later this year, YSU basketball, man, watch out.
Yeah,
we can run this conference this year. It feels good. Yeah, it feels really good. So. I'll be watching, that's for sure. I'm going to be going to some games. It'll be great.
Definitely. And then the football team, again, blew another lead, second straight week that they did.
It's crazy to keep up on the scoring update. That's what I do for YSU at this point because we're not good, so I just don't even turn it on.
Right.
But I keep scoring updates updating on for me on my phone. So every time I'm like, oh my God, no way! It just keeps happening, and we just keep blowing all of the leads we take, and then it's just. We barely won again. So we should have won by it feels like 21, but we just barely squeaked by.
Well, my alma mater is I believe the number 1 seed in their region, going ranked 11th going into the playoffs and playing New Haven at 1 o'clock on Saturday.
Oh, is it playoff now for them?
It's playoff time.
No,
Division 2. This is. This is where I become the pessimist with Slippery Rock. They always have great regular seasons, put up gaudy numbers, and this is where
it goes down.
They've gotten. It used to be, especially when I was in school and a few years after, they would usually be done in the first fucking round. Even if they were at home, favorite, whatever. Yeah. They just would choke in the playoffs. Now they're pretty consistently winning a game or two. Right. But they can't ever definitely never made it to the championship. I don't know if they've made the Final Four, maybe once. Mm-hmm. I know they've done the quarters. I don't know. I don't know enough about the rest of Division 2 to say, they're one of the favorites, but they are fun to watch. So Phil can't stand it when I put the Slippery Rock post on.
Why not?
The fucking S, the green S.
Oh, yeah, that
he
sucks.
Doesn't mind so much when they're in the gray uniforms.
Right,
They are playing back at the big house. I can't remember the year that Jeff told me. I think it's 2028, 2029, something, because they're playing, so they're going to be playing Minnesota Duluth. Mm-hmm. They're playing in Gopher Stadium in 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
It's kind of soon. And so they kind of did a little bit of a quote-unquote home and home.
Mm-hmm.
So we're playing Gopher Stadium there, and then Duluth's going to play Slippery Rock at the big house again.
Oh, man, that's cool. That is so cool.
I'm definitely going to that. I missed the first 2 times they've played there. Well, obviously, one of them was back in the fucking 80s or something. But they were there, I think, not long after I was out of school, maybe a year or two after.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember why I didn't make it. I do know why, because at that point I hadn't been to the big house. And I'm like, I'm not going to fucking Ann Arbor for the first time to see Slippery Rock. Like, I want to go now, now that I've gone consistently with Michigan, but at the time I hadn't been even to a Michigan game yet.
So
right. There's no way I'm doing that.
Yeah.
I already went to Fenway Park to see fucking Pearl Jam before.
Yeah, dude. I don't.
So, and I've been to Madison Square Garden for Pearl Jam.
And no Knicks game.
No Knicks or Rangers game.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, the world's greatest sports arena. One of the world's greatest sports fans goes to a fucking concert in Madison Square Garden. Unbelievable. So yeah, we'll get out of the FCS and Division II.
Yeah.
What else we got from D1 here on Saturday? Bama played nobody.
It's an SEC scheduling there for you.
I don't. Why do they do that this time of year? I don't get it.
I get the first of the year and why you do it, and you get money or whatever you pay whoever, but it's so bad. Yeah, it's just it feels like it's.
This is
the third week before you're going to end, and you're going to play Mercer.
I mean, good for Mercer. I mean, it's a payout, right?
Yeah.
But I just don't get it. Illinois blew out Michigan State. Good for them. Fuck Sparty.
Yeah.
We talked Syracuse beating Cal. That game was
huge
on CW,
game.
so I had my eyes tuned on it just because I was pumped. I knew I was going to max out my points there being the underdog. The other thing I wanted to talk about though is how the lines change so much from when we do this on Wednesday.
I'm telling you, dude.
Saturday.
That's why I tell you the points.
The Georgia went down from 10.5 to 8.
Yes.
So I'm like, son of a bitch, if I get caught.
That's what I'm saying.
Losing points on it, but
it's going to happen now.
Yeah.
Every week we do, even on Thursday. If we do the game Wednesday or Thursday, the line change you will get.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's gonna hit us.
Syracuse actually went up to 10.5.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so I mean, they might win it, look even better. But
yeah,
the Georgia one was the one I was freaking out about. So when I went to bed at Saturday morning, I'm like 8. I'm like, motherfucker, that's a big, that's what was scaring me when I picked it 10.5. I'm like, it's probably gonna be 10,
right?
And I'm gonna lose by half point, but LSU though. I mean, I know we touched on that with Underwood, being courted by them.
Yeah,
6-4. I mean, they looked decent. I know, and now that loss at the beginning of the year to USC.
Right?
USC doesn't look great. So,
interesting.
I don't know if you saw the clip of Brian Kelly yelling at his player, and the lip reading experts out there pretty much deduced that he said, "You are unfucking coachable" to a player.
Oh my god! I didn't see that.
Yeah, I was scolding him pretty good on the sideline. So again, I don't look, I don't read too much into that shit. When I pick up my daughter from practice, she'll get in the truck and, coach yelled at me. No. Listen, coach coached you. There's a fucking difference.
Yes, you're right.
I doubt that he yelled and berated you.
Yeah.
Like that you forgot to do the dishes or something.
Right. Right.
He's trying to make you better. And that's what I tell her. I'm like, if he's hard on you, that's actually a good thing.
Yeah.
Because he sees something and he sees potential in you. So he's going to push you harder than he does somebody else that might get the same amount of playing time that you do.
Yes.
If he says nothing to them, that means he doesn't really care if they get better.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reality. So and I think that goes all the way up to this level.
Oh, even the NFL, I think. Well, even the NFL. Even though it's a business, I still think that some of it is in there, especially.
And if that player is embarrassed by it, then guess what? The fucking transfer portal is there for you.
Yeah, so another.
He'll probably be in it.
Yeah, probably already in it.
Yeah. So Notre Dame. Wow. So that's another one. The line when we talked on Wednesday was 22, and I was like, man, I'm all over that. Yeah. It did go down to 20.5, so technically they covered. But again, if we would have locked that in on Wednesday,
you would have locked. Yes.
So, and they literally did it on the final. I think it was the final play of the game.
Yeah, I think they finally barely just covered. Yeah.
So, but Notre Dame, man, I tell you what, that loss, we made fun of it. Because we had a bad day that day. We were still in Ann Arbor that weekend from Michigan, Texas, and we stayed that weekend. So that loss made us feel better because I was like, okay, we don't have the most embarrassing loss.
Yes, yes.
Like pretty much everybody knew we would lose to Texas. It still sucked the way we lost, and it was the first loss we experienced in a couple of years.
Right.
That made us feel better. Ever since then, they're not just fucking winning. They're rolling people. Like, they look good.
Like
I hate to say that, 'cause I hate Notre Dame.
But ever since that loss to Northern Illinois, I mean, even since Georgia Tech, it feels like they haven't played anyone, or their schedule is weaker.
It is weaker, yeah.
So.
And it didn't look as bad, like when the schedule came out. Like Florida State was undefeated last year, so you think, oh, okay, Florida State is a tough game.
Yeah.
Well, now, they can't beat anybody. Maybe even USC a little bit was like, it could be, and USC's not any good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, the schedule looked a little bit tougher. And again, this is why, like, we can make fun of teams, and Michigan had it last year with their schedule not being good. A lot of these are, like, we can pull up right now and see opponents, and we did this with Notre Dame, last week or 2 weeks ago. Their fucking schedule is out till, like, 2024 or 2034 already, Not their full schedule, but there's, like, 7-8 games already on the slate. So you don't know where these teams are going to be,
Yeah.
And the same thing with the NFL. Like,
you're right.
You tend to get if you don't make the playoffs, you get an easier schedule because you end up crossing over a division and playing a team that finishes the same record as you. But that team could bounce back the next year, And all of a sudden now it's a tough game. So
yeah, right.
Yeah, so it's hard to really predict it. You can only play who's in front of you. It is what it is.
And you just week by week it, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But go Army this week. We'll talk.
We'll see.
You, but
yeah, we'll see. I'm hoping.
SMU keeps fucking winning, man. They're still on the outside looking in right now.
Yeah.
But if they keep winning, it's going to take care of itself.
Yeah, it will. I think that game, they looked like just insane. I had the over in that game, which it hit, and it felt good. But, like, I thought SMU, when they came out that first, I thought they were just going to steamroll Boston College. Of course, Boston College had some injuries, didn't have people in. But Boston College only did leave it at 10, so that was pretty impressive by them. But, SMU, they just keep winning, and it'll be interesting to see how good they can finish this year. That'll be good.
Yep. Stanford upsetting Louisville. Wow, that was...
Damn.
And I really didn't understand why Louisville was ranked so high, to be honest with you.
With 3 losses.
Yeah.
I don't know. And you're not giving Army respect? Like,
right. Exactly. Which Army did go up 5 spots without even fucking playing.
Yeah.
Go figure. Like,
they're finally giving them something.
Give them respect when they don't play.
Even when they don't play.
Okay. But yeah, so I thought they were kind of, although I still didn't see it. I mean, Stanford's not very good. So I still didn't see that coming. Penn State blowing out Purdue. So that's the one thing I do want to talk about with Penn State.
Purdue is bad. Purdue is so bad.
If you look at it, how the fuck is Penn State 4 and Indiana's 5? Explain it to me. Because Penn State hasn't really beaten any. Their biggest win is Illinois.
Yeah.
At home.
But Indiana hasn't now either. Like, Michigan's not.
But Indiana's undefeated in the same conference.
Yes.
And if you look at their common opponents, what I believe is UCLA and Washington, and we can double check that. But Indiana's beaten both of them by a greater margin than Penn State did.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of it's still going to play itself out this Saturday. But the reality is, if Indiana loses to Ohio State, let's say for the sake of argument, it's a close game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Penn State lost them at fucking home. All right. And Indiana's going to Columbus.
Yeah.
And they're already behind them. So if Indiana loses, they're going to be 2, 3, 4, 5 spots behind Penn State.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah, that's. I guess like they're putting them at 4 just because of the Ohio State loss. Like, it was a good game? Is that why they put them at 4?
Like, I mean, so how hard would it be to, at least right now, put Indiana 4, Penn State 5? I know. It's not that hard.
Well, think about this though. Like, if Penn State played Oregon and Penn State won, how far back does Oregon go? Because Oregon beat Ohio State. Like, these are the things that they're playing themselves out. Yeah. But it's so interesting to see. Like, you're right, how they rank this or this, and it's just. You're right. I feel like it'd be so easy to just flip that. Like, it's just now
very hard for Penn State to get in the Big Ten championship to even play Oregon.
But they're set up to make it and just have a home game. Yeah. You know, so they're still gonna. It's crazy.
And I think a lot of that's gonna play out, and this is why I'm interested to see. I don't care what the fucking playoff matchups are now, because it's not what they're going to be in 3-4 weeks
right.
anyway. But once the playoff comes out, I don't know if Penn State can win a game, even if it is at home. I just don't think they're going to be battle tested either. Franklin's never proven he can win a big game.
Do you think they beat Boise State?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. So
Happy Valley.
I think they're overrated. I mean, I'm not saying that they don't deserve a playoff spot with only one loss.
Right.
When you're in, I'll never. I think it's too hard to say Big Ten or SEC right now. Yes, the Big Ten has 4 of the top 5 teams in the country right now, but I do think a lot of that has to do with schedule. I do. And I do think top to bottom, the SEC is better.
Oh, yeah.
The Big Ten might have maybe slightly better top-heavy teams.
It feels like a discussion again.
Whole,
right.
I think if you put any of these teams, Oregon, Ohio State, Penn State, Indiana, if you put them in the SEC, we're talking about the same thing right now. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, yeah.
Right, so,
but it feels like we had a discussion earlier about the Eastern Conference and the NBA. I know there's 4 teams that made the playoffs for like their first intro, but it's top heavy. Yeah. Those are the only 4, and then there's 4, and then there's a pile of shit, and then there's the teams. Like it's not. I mean, Michigan, I think, is in the middle. I shouldn't say that, but like it just feels that way. Yeah, it doesn't feel that way. We are 500, but it doesn't feel that way.
It doesn't. So okay, we'll move on from that. But USC beat Nebraska 28-20. Both of those teams are, again, as you said, middle of the road, both 5-5.
Yeah.
So we'll see where that goes for bowl eligibility for both teams. USC's still going to play Notre Dame, so that's probably looking at an L there. South Carolina beat Missouri 34-30. That was kind of a back and forth game. That was a tough one to pick too. I think I ended up going South Carolina.
Yeah.
Missouri did cover for whatever that's worth.
I guess, yeah. I think maybe it was what I said. I don't know. I can't remember exactly what.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to write them all down. So,
no, I don't either. Yeah,
if you guys listen to it and remember,
let us know.
Yeah, put it in the comments. Call us out on our shit.
Yeah, please.
I'd be interested to see if anybody wants to take the opportunity to write down our records each week.
Yeah, really.
Of the standings of like game day does.
Oh man.
Miss Terry and Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah.
Rutgers beat Maryland. Rutgers makes a bowl game.
They will,
I got texts from Rutgers Rob out there. And he's excited about where he's going to potentially go.
Is he going? He'll go?
He's going.
Good.
Doesn't matter where it is.
Man, that's the commitment.
The game could be on the fucking moon.
Oh, man. So, yeah.
So, yeah, he's pretty excited. And that's, I'm not trying to knock him, but for schools like that, that's the goal, right?
Right.
Just get there,
Yeah.
Which is where we are this year.
And that's what he did.
And that's why I want to go. Like, as pathetic as it seems coming off of a national championship, it's the reality, and we have to embrace it. I want to have something to look forward to late in the year, and there's a chance, depending on what game it is, what day it is, I might go. I will have. We'll both have chances.
Man.
We'll talk about that when we get to the Michigan preview.
Insane.
We got a big announcement
to
make here. But, so I'm excited for that. Arizona State. They are fucking good, man.
Dude.
I think I was hesitant to pick Kansas State last week. I remember giving that pause and saying, I don't know, Arizona State's been looking pretty good.
Right.
And holy shit, I mean, they are rolling, man.
It's crazy how good they actually are. Yeah. And they're not ranked, and they will be now. But, I thought Avery Johnson, especially Kansas State being at home, would have given them more. He would have given them more to make it, 10 points is 10 points. It's kind of close. It's kind of not. In the way that Arizona
I'll
State...
tell you, I watched a lot of that game. There was some late scores by Kansas State to make it.
See, right. That's what I mean. Arizona State really had it. In command.
It was 24-0 in that game.
And it's crazy to see. So, good for Arizona State. It kind of is interesting, though. 8-2, 5-2 in the Big 12. I don't know if they're getting enough recognition because, Colorado has the same. It's the same. So, does Arizona State play Colorado, or are they already?
I didn't look that far ahead, but I will tell you, again, we'll get to it, but Arizona State's playing BYU this week.
That's going to be so awesome.
Coming off an L. So,
yeah,
so pretty big game.
Wow.
Arizona State is now ranked.
Oh, that's right. It already came out yesterday, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I told both of you guys you thought it was nuts that San Jose State would give Boise a game. They did for a half.
They did.
They were leading, but Boise ended up rolling and ended up covering. They ended up winning by 21. Genty went for a $159 and 3 touchdowns.
How many carries?
We keep. I can tell you 1 second. We 32.
30 every game, dude.
Yeah,
I've been saying it for the last 3 weeks. It's 30 plus every game, dude.
And there's something I'm going to reference when we get to the NFL.
Yeah.
About that.
Okay.
Some notes I have written down about the Steeler game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they got the workhorse. They're working them, and that, I think like a lot of that has to do with. I think they're trying. I think they're trying to get them the Heisman.
Oh man, I don't. They're good for them. Yeah.
It would be cool for a school like that to get the record.
To have a Heisman. Yeah.
And if Hunter didn't win it, I would have no qualms with him losing it to.
Yeah. No, me either. I think those two are great candidates for it. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's definitely if Boise keeps winning, that's going to help their cause too.
Mm-hmm.
The Georgia-Tennessee game. I think Tennessee's
probably game of the week. Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, and I said Tennessee just doesn't have the offense they once did. I mean, even last year they were much better. But yeah, Georgia just. I don't know how good these teams are. I will keep saying it, dude. I'm telling you.
We're gonna know come playoff time.
Yeah, this just feels like such a weird dynamic this year. You knew who was good last year, the year before that. It's just 14 playoff. You knew who was good. Now, it's every week. And Georgia losing to Ole Miss, coming through this week, it did what they did. And Kirby Smart at home, I know it's a bounce back game. They did it, everything, but like, I don't know. I have no idea.
So right now, obviously, Texas right now has the bye because of they're leading the conference.
Yeah.
But I found it interesting that they've got Alabama, Ole Miss, Georgia, 7, 8, 9.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and eight plays 9 in the first round. So, but the thing is, by having them 7, 8, 9 right now, there's going to be teams above that we already know somebody's going to lose the Indiana Ohio State game, right?
Yeah.
So that somebody's coming down from there. So it's going to take care of itself that they'll get out of that 7, 8, 9.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be very, very possible that all 3 of those teams get in. All 3 of them play a totally different opponent. All 3 could win.
Yeah.
And then if that happens, boom, I'm right into what I said. That 3 of the 4 Final Four is going to be SEC.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But
man.
Oregon, Wisconsin. Unfortunately, I started. I had to get up early to go to the Viking tailgate, and I was like falling asleep while watching it. And so I pretty much watched most of the second half. I was out when Oregon kicked the field goal to take the 16th.
Yeah.
So I didn't see the interception or the last drive. Like when I woke up, the news was already on. So
right.
Damn, I missed it. So I had to look at my phone to make sure that I didn't miss an upset.
Yeah.
It's just one of those that didn't surprise me. Again, I can't recall. I think I was taking the points.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like it was going to be a tough game.
They kept it in there. Yeah, Dylan Gabriel didn't play well.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
And so maybe he gets the stinker out of the way.
Yeah.
All these teams end up having these kinds of games on the path to going. So
right.
Iowa State bounced back a little bit. I know they're ranked again. They took it to Cincinnati. New Mexico upset Washington State.
That was good.
Somebody on game day had that. I don't remember who. That was their super dog.
Oh, wow.
Kansas beating BYU. That was one of those, we were all like, how the fuck is that line 2.5?
Exactly that.
And then Herbstreit picked it on game day because he said, that's one of those somebody knows something.
Right,
so I'm going to roll with it. And I need to start paying attention to those.
Yeah, the trappers.
Like and I'm like, and again, Kansas has been playing well.
They
beat Iowa State. Can't remember who else they gave a good game to. So they're just a team that you don't want to play right now.
No.
Yeah, Reese Davis is like, they were a team that they were his sleeper to make the playoff going into the year. And obviously that's out of the wayside with 6 losses. But now he's like, but now they're the team that are just fucking everybody's playoff chances. So, So I think they play Colorado. We'll look at the preview, but I think that's who they play. So
that could be good.
And if they win that, Colorado's done.
Yeah.
UNLV's ranked again.
Back, yeah.
That's the team I wanted to pick them against Boise,
and
then I forgot about it. I'm glad I forgot about it because Boise ended up winning.
Yeah.
That's a team, I'm telling you, Boise doesn't want to see them again in the championship.
Do you think they will?
European team twice. They got a shot at it.
They got a shot.
Colorado State's still undefeated in the Mountain West, which I never would have.
Oh, my God.
When I picked the game, I didn't realize that Colorado State's
I didn't know that.
turnaround right now. So, and they don't play each other or something like that. So,
Yeah.
So, I mean, they could easily get back in it.
Wow.
It's 9 o'clock now. 6 minutes to go in the third. The Cavs are up by 26.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, 28. So they're well on their way to 16-1.
Yeah.
Man, good bounce back. I know it's the Pelicans, but
still, yeah.
Coming off an L, making sure
good bounce back game.
Yeah, sometimes that can give you the letdown. So let's go into the preview.
Let's do it. Good recap. Today is the 20th.
All right, so any big Thursday games tomorrow, football-wise?
Versus Georgia Tech, NC State.
Georgia Tech. I don't know enough about NC State. 5-5.
No, yeah, I would. I'd probably take Georgia Tech here.
Yeah.
If everyone's healthy and playing, Georgia Tech is probably the move. I think for sure.
Yeah.
Friday it looks like Temple UTSA. UTSA minus 17. Yeah, really. It feels like you just take UTSA.
Sure.
Yeah. Michigan State, Purdue at 8 o'clock.
Purdue, Michigan State. All right.
Michigan State minus 13.5.
Purdue's bad. I was at my brother's house on Saturday.
They're so bad.
They are fucking terrible.
Yeah.
So I think Michigan State's going.
Yeah, I do too. I think Purdue is truly the worst team. Maybe. No, there's some tackles. Yeah, they definitely are. Yeah.
And I know that because, of course, we don't play them this year.
Yeah, right. Of course.
So, UNLV, as I said, ranked. So they go out to San Jose State. And there's the trap. I'm telling you that.
Yeah. 7.5. UNLV is getting tough.
Yep.
Yeah. San Jose. Yeah. Give me San Jose State too.
Yep.
I like that.
I don't think the points that one. On Saturday.
The biggest one is Ohio State, Indiana. It's still at noon. I wish it was at 7. But they're not going to do that. That deserves NBC 7 o'clock. And this is why I wish that, I'm sad we don't have ESPN slots anymore. It's just all going to be SEC now. I get it because it's the only thing that they don't have. And this is a game that just sucks that Big Noon is ruining. So I won't say anything else about it. But OSU minus 13.5. That's crazy. Feels crazy.
It still feels like my heart obviously wants Indiana. But my brain is telling me
but this is what I'm
not ready for this. I don't know.
I keep thinking. I know how we played them 2 weeks ago, but people are just not even caring about Indiana. And I know, I just want to. I'm taking the points for sure. I'm taking 14 all day, every day. I don't think. I'm probably not going to win, but they're just counting them out like they're going to lose 35 to nothing. And I don't think that's going to happen whatsoever.
I don't either, and a lot of that has to do with. Ohio State isn't blasting people the way they used to.
Yeah.
Especially decent teams, and they are obviously at least decent.
Yeah.
They may be good. I don't know. I think the week schedule is going to lead up to this, and I'd feel a lot differently if it was in Bloomington. I just don't like the fact that it's in Columbus.
It is at noon. It's not 7. If it was 7, Ohio State probably by 14. But now that it's at noon, I don't care. Yeah, give me the Hoosiers plus 14.
I'm just not going to say anything.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't want to jinx it.
Yeah.
Everybody knows who the fuck I'm rooting for.
Yeah.
So,
I do think Ohio State's going to win. Don't get me wrong. I know, but I just think it's going to be points, single-digit points. Sure. Not
that's probably where I would go. If you made me make a pick, I would probably take the points.
Yeah.
Number 9, Ole Miss at Florida. Florida obviously has come off beating LSU. They needed to get bowl eligible.
Yeah.
I think Ole Miss needs to look out a little bit here.
Yeah, you had a great game against LSU. The way they played LSU, it looked good in the swamp, and they're back in the swamp. And 10 feels a lot. Feels like a lot, but I would take Florida, but I took Florida against Texas, and Texas absolutely murdered them. So I don't know.
So you just don't trust them?
I don't trust them. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Wake Forest at number 8, Miami. Miami's favored by 25.
Watch out for this game. Watch out.
Okay.
I like Wake a lot this week. I'm just going to take them points. That might be my dog. I don't know yet. But I love the +1. I love the plus the points. I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a lot of points.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any way they win, but
no, I guess I really don't either.
Yeah, if you want to try to be conservative and get points, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yep. Number 13, SMU goes at Virginia. Virginia's getting 9.5.
Wow.
I like SMU's hot, man. I think I would roll with them.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the way Notre Dame handled Virginia last week shows me that they're just middle, and they're 5-5. They are middle of the pack. And SMU beat Boston College last week by 10. Yeah, give me it again. I like MSU away. Okay. -10. Yeah.
I know. We talk Big Ten even if it's not a great game. So Iowa at Maryland. Maryland's getting 6.5. Terps need to win out to get bowl eligible.
Yeah, give me just because of that. Give me +6.5. Like, give me plus. If it's a touchdown on Saturday, I'm taking it. Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm gonna take Iowa. I think Iowa's is a little bit better.
I think they are.
Yeah.
But I feel like if Maryland's going to play for that, they're going to play for that. Hopefully they play for that. I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
Number 25, Illinois at Rutgers. Rutgers is getting 2. I think they're back on a It's funny. Rutgers started out 4-0, lost 4 in a row. Now they won 2 in a row.
Yeah.
I think they keep winning. I actually think they're upset Illinois. Yeah.
Man, the way Illinois played Michigan, though, that's what I'm still holding on hope for Illinois. Right now, I see 1.
Yeah,
if this game is 1,
think about the week before the Michigan game.
Yeah,
they're gonna go to fucking overtime against Purdue, who we just anointed as the worst team in the league.
Yeah, so, they are terrible.
I don't know. I just think this speaks to how bad we are.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not trying to talk you out of it. If you like Illinois, you like Illinois.
No, we'll see what happens. Like we already said, it's Wednesday, so it really just changes my whole shit. Like I have to look on Sunday or Saturday at 9 a.m. because it just flips so much. But right now I see 1. You said 2, so if it is around that, I am going to take Illinois. But we'll see.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Again, back to SEC team playing a cupcake here in late November.
Georgia?
Yeah, number 10 Georgia got UMass at home.
I don't even
42 is the line.
I'll never watch that game.
But, Tennessee's hosted UTEP.
Look at this, dude. Here we go, right?
41.5.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, they're not going to lose.
They're not going to lose,
and you're not. I'm never betting a game with 40-point spreads. So
they do get fun at the beginning of the year, I will say. They're a lot of fun at the beginning of the year, not during the year, this late in the stage. So.
How about this, though? 1:30. Do the 1-9 Seminoles finally get a win against 1-10
Charleston Southern? There's no line for that. I don't see a line for that.
I have one.
You do?
33.5.
Give me +33. That'll be so funny, dude, if they don't cover. Do you know how funny that'd be? I
could see them losing it somehow.
Yeah.
But, they'll win. They're gonna win.
They're gonna win. They're finally getting another win.
They're gonna win number 2.
Did they fire their coach yet? They're just gonna keep it.
They're still rolling.
He's bad.
They were on the fucking verge of the playoff.
Yeah.
I don't
undefeated last year. They're freaking crazy. They're gonna. crazy.
Yeah. Anybody wants to hate on Michigan? No. You need to be Florida State right now, please.
Don't even talk to me. Yeah.
I know neither one of these teams are ranked, but Arizona plays at TCU. TCU's giving them 11.5. I just don't know enough about either one.
Yeah.
TCU, I guess.
TCU minus 11.5.
You can have Arizona.
You don't. Yeah, that's a spot. It feels like TCU is probably going to get the public bet for, and then Arizona might just come in. So yeah, we'll see. I like Arizona maybe you're in that spot, but it depends on the line. It depends on the day. On Saturday. So
we're into the 3:30 slot. I guess the ACC has followed suit with the SEC with these cupcakes.
Clemson.
Clemson's hosting the Citadel.
Yeah.
49.5 point line. That's
49.5.
49.5.
Oh my god! I think Clemson can probably score it themselves, but
yeah. So there it is. Number 16 Colorado at Kansas. Kansas is getting 3. Now, see, I think after upsetting BYU, I think that is actually better for Colorado. It's got them on alert a little bit. So I like the Buffs. I think the Buffs
-3.
Big 12 championship.
Yeah, I think this is a spot where you take Buffalo or Colorado. It feels like this is going to be a game where a lot of the public's on Colorado. And with Kansas at home and the way they played last week, I'm going to be like on Saturday being like, what the hell? So we'll see. But right now I do like Colorado. I agree with you. Yeah.
Kentucky at number 3, Texas. Kentucky's getting 20.5.
Yeah, you said it. They always choke for these type of games, but
I kind of like the points. I wish it was like 2 more.
Yeah.
1 or 2 more.
I kind of wish it wasn't in Austin, Texas, but
you know what? Kentucky's 4-6. I think Texas will actually cover.
Yeah, I think so too.
After not covering this week, I think
bounce back. Yeah,
time for them to roll.
I think so too. I like the points. I'd take them there.
Number 14 BYU at number 21 Arizona State.
Yeah, this is the game.
Arizona State's giving them 3.
Yeah.
This is definitely
give me Arizona State.
Yep.
Give me Arizona State. I don't care. This is one of those games I will not care what happens on that day, what the line will be, whatever's on, whatever. Arizona State.
Yep.
I'm not gonna look at anything else.
Yep.
It's gonna be a great one.
I'm with you on that. I know neither team are great, but it's a big game out west. Stanford and Cal. Cal's getting them 14.
Oh yeah.
Stanford coming off a win, and Cal disappointing loss at home to Syracuse. So
I don't think Cal's going to cover the points though.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Cal to win, not to cover.
Yeah, like Stanford to cover.
So
yeah.
Northwestern at Michigan, we're giving them 10.5, and the over/under is only 36.5.
Yeah. It's gross. 10.5. I don't like that either.
We're talking about
oh my god.
Our team not being able to cover 10.
10.5. Oh. This sucks. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. I don't know how much, but we're gonna win.
I think we cover. I do.
Yeah.
The over/under is what I'm trying to.
Yeah, it's so low. I might just take the over.
I feel like this. I don't know. I might go under. Because I think like 23-10.
Yeah.
So, I don't even know if Northwestern can score that many on us though either.
Right, and I know we're not scoring it either. I guess that's why it's at 36.5. But it feels like it's just too low to not take the over, and life's too short not to take the over.
So like 17-10. I mean, it's going to be.
Yeah.
It's going to be close.
Might be one of those ones I just take and I know I might lose, but it's fine.
What's some positives? We've talking negative Michigan all year. What's the positive? Do you have any positives?
What year is Mullins in? Like, what year is he? Is he a junior? I don't even know.
Here's some good things I'll say about them. Penalties are way low.
Yeah.
We're only averaging I think it's 4 penalties a game.
Yeah.
And I know there was at least one game in there we didn't have a single one.
Yeah,
so we're clean.
Yeah.
On that aspect, right? We ain't cheating.
Yeah, we ain't.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, that's usually a stat that equals victories. And when we get to the NFL, I'm going to table that. And that's why I wanted to kind of bring that up because it's the reason our teams won on Sunday. The teams that we were playing couldn't get out of their own fucking way.
Yeah.
With the penalties. So a lot of times that does equal success. It's not so much doing that for this year. But think of it this way. If we were committing a bunch of penalties a game, where we might be. We wouldn't be talking about 3 games. We might
maybe 3 wins.
We probably would have lost to Minnesota.
Yeah.
Because I think Minnesota might have been the game that we did not have one, or we had 1 or 2 or something.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. If we commit penalties in that game, where it ended up coming down to an onside kick, we might not win that game.
Yeah.
So I think that's one good thing.
I will say, I guess the only thing I could say about it is, I guess we are young. Whatever that's worth at this point. Losing all those guys last year, great time. We already talked about it. Take it. I'll love it forever. But we are young. I've already been through young. I've already been through all the crap. So it's just, bring it on again. But
our special teams are good. Our kicker is the semifinals for Lou Groza.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, after the first week, I could see that coming when he nails 250-plus yarders in that game. It was like, this is 3 straight years that we've had a solid kicker.
Yes.
And our kickoff coverage. Only 4 kickoffs have been returned on us the entire year. 4. So,
return. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say return to the house or whatever. No.
Only 4 have even been taken out and returned on us.
Wow.
So that's one of the best in the nation. So there's things that they're doing that sometimes equals success.
Yeah.
Just we don't have the talent.
We're gonna. Yeah. I think with production, we're gonna need new coordinators next year. I think, especially defense. Yeah, I want a new coach, but I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to give him his time, I guess. We'll see. I don't know. I have no idea. But I do like how young we are. Yeah, I'll say that.
Okay. So your final consensus is Michigan no cover?
If it's 10.5, I'm not. I can't. I just know we're not going to do that. I already know.
Okay.
And maybe prove me wrong, please, when I come on here next week. But yeah.
Do you want to make your announcement?
Oh yeah.
Since we're talking Michigan.
Yeah, man, what a true honor and privilege and dream come true of mine to say this. But I am. Well, I haven't got the emails yet, but almost official. I am a season ticket holder. Will be soon.
Full time.
But freaking
no partial plan like I did.
No, freaking right into it. I can't thank you enough for people and moving that along for me. But truly an honor and a dream come true, and one I'll never take for granted. And just even though we're losing and I talk bad on them this time, but just freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Freaking awesome. I'm so excited. I just can't wait to start going to maybe some big games and making money off other one or whatever. But it's just so exciting to be able to go up and feels like I'll be able to go up more than just twice a year now. With that, so it's a great thing. I can't wait. I don't
know what to think about your seat neighbor, but
yeah, that's me. You. That's right. Yeah, we got very lucky. The guy right next to Kevin, who I bought tickets off of. Thank you.
A couple times, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
It's been just great with me, and it just knowing Kevin, and he sent it over to me, and it was like before he sold them, do you want, and just knowing the people, and it was great. So I'm buying some cushions, so we're gonna 4 Christmas in a row. Yes. So it'll be good.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you, Eric.
For the tickets over the years, and obviously going forward. But Tyler is going to splurge for the cushions now, because Rochelle's got them and I've got them.
Oh, there might be 6 in a row.
We got
right?
6 in a row of people that we know, and and we're surrounded by most of the people that we tailgate with. So
it's great.
So it's awesome. And now the one thing that and obviously Eric reached out to me, and even a lot of tickets that you did buy, I was coordinating, kind of being the middleman anyway.
Yeah.
And I've bought off him a couple times, but he asked me first because he knew I had a family of 4, and he's like, do you want to get 4 in a row? I'm like, man, that would be great, but there's times that I'm worried about the extra one that I have.
Yeah.
I don't want to worry about fucking 4 the weekends I don't go.
Yeah.
And then so I was super, super happy for you and pushing that, and I immediately went to you.
Yeah, I just can't thank you enough for that.
I knew you'd do it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. But then I was like, well, shit, Tyler goes to half the games that I have. And now he's got his own fucking 2, and now what the fuck am I going to do? So, we may have some tickets available, especially weekends that if we both can't go, there could be 4 in a row.
That could be interesting. That could get interesting, actually. And
our sections are technically different because I have seats 1 and 2.
I have 28, 29,
8, and you're 28, 29 in section 9.
That's
but
awesome.
They are. We promise you, if you ever buy all 4 of them off of us,
they're great
4
seats.
in a row. So
they're great seats too. I can't wait, man. I can't wait to keep going. I'm lost for words. I still am. It happened last week, so it's just. just amazing.
I know it's a letdown in the year that it happened, but
no, this is a good time to get
now,
him. Yeah, right. Yeah, now you can
yeah.
build up from this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cool. All
Yeah.
right, we'll keep.
Oh yeah, so we gotta do some dogs, huh? Do some dogs.
Well, we still gotta get through the. We didn't even get through the 3:30 games yet.
Oh, geez, I'm sorry.
We'll move it along.
Yeah.
We'll do the quick picks here.
Yeah.
Number 4, Penn State at Minnesota. Gophers are getting 11.5. Watch out.
11.5.
Watch out this game. And I'm thinking about doing it.
Oh.
This is my maybe. I actually think Minnesota could beat them, which would really prove my point on
tenfold. Yeah.
Why is Penn State ranked so high?
Yeah.
They should. Penn State should win this game.
Should.
But
yeah. I did. What time? 3:30.
Fleck needs a huge win.
Will they ever fire him? I don't think they're ever going to fire him. Even no matter what happens.
He's already got him bowl eligible, but he can really, improve his stock.
Definitely.
Pull this one off. You like Penn State, then I take it.
No, I agree with you, especially at home. This is a watch out spot. I think Penn State will win, but I'm definitely taking the points. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wisconsin at Nebraska. Nebraska's favored by
2.5.
Yeah, after Wisconsin played Oregon tough. Both teams are 5-5, so they're both looking to get eligible here.
I like Wisconsin in this. I know that it feels like they're just sick to their stomachs still.
Okay.
It's one of those games for me. Yeah, the plus 2.5 is good.
I'll take Nebraska.
Like Nebraska.
Just
yeah.
The home game.
Yeah.
Pitt at Louisville. Louisville's giving them 8. Pitt's free falling a little bit. Louisville.
Yeah.
Just lost to fucking Stanford. So this is one.
This is a big game for Pitt, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah,
it's a big game for
them. I actually think Pitt might actually win this game.
I think Pitt's gonna actually win. Yeah, I do too.
This might be your.
This might be.
You go back weeks with Pitt now.
No, I can't. I don't want to do that again because I already did it with Ohio State. But I like Pitt a lot in that. I like Pitt in many spots.
South Carolina playing Wofford. There's a dub.
Yeah.
Missouri goes at Mississippi State.
Mizzou minus 7.5. What?
That seems low, right? So Mississippi State's already good.
I don't know.
Somebody knows something?
Maybe. Yeah. Mississippi State plus 7.5. They're like so bad, but I actually kind of like the points, even though it's so low. That's why I like it, because it is so low. But we'll see.
Number 19 Army, number 6 Notre Dame, 14.5.
Man.
And this is that same line that I suckered myself into with Navy.
Oh.
Which is what scares me.
Yeah.
I gotta look to see the comments. Wow. They're all Army.
It is Wednesday.
82%. Yeah. It's only Wednesday.
If it on Saturday, if it's all over Army, I am taking Notre Dame.
Yeah.
That is one of those games. And I will take all the points that they want to lay. So,
okay.
But if it's not though, if it's switching around and it's like 50-50, yeah, I like Army a lot.
Okay. Yeah, I mean this is my heart.
Bronx in the Yankee Stadium.
I want to see Army do it.
I know.
So all right, I'm gonna take Army. Number 12, Boise State at Wyoming. Wyoming's getting 22.5. I like Boise. Yeah, Wyoming.
Yeah.
Good on Friday. So,
yeah, I like Boise there. Give me the point. I'll take them all. Yeah.
It's a tough game right here. Number 15, Texas A&M at Auburn. Auburn's only getting 2.5. It's going to be a sneaky hard game for the Aggies.
Yeah, definitely.
Auburn's going to win out to get a bowl eligible, which means they'd have to beat A&M and Alabama to do it.
Ew. Yeah. The Iron Bowl next week. Yeah. I guess I mean, it feels like Texas A&M, but that's a trap, so probably Auburn. Yeah.
Yeah. Number 7, Alabama at Oklahoma. Oklahoma's getting 13.5.
Yeah. Like Bama. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bama. Yeah.
I mean, I root for OU, but
yeah.
They're not any good. Number 22, Iowa State at Utah. Man, I feel like Utah's got to fucking get off the bat here. It's all 6 in a row.
Kind of, yeah.
I'm going to say it. Utah figures it out.
Utah figures it
I'm
out.
going to keep riding them until they fucking win a game.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I agree. I'm going to do that too. Yeah, I like that.
Vanderbilt at LSU. Vanderbilt's getting 7.5. I think LSU needs this win.
Oh, they need it bad. But Vandy, man.
I feel differently if they were
the way that LSU played against Florida last week just really, I didn't like it. But yeah, I think you're right. I think LSU probably just takes care of business. Even though I don't like it, I'm probably leaving LSU. Yeah.
Last one. It's the last one of the night. USC at UCLA. UCLA's getting 4.5.
Big Ten. Big Ten matchup.
Big Ten matchup. Right?
Big Ten matchup.
I'll take the Trojans.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good.
They still
I like
need
it.
one more win to get them eligible. So
Yeah.
I think they'll get it. All right, so we need to pick a favorite and an underdog.
I don't know.
I don't feel good about anybody.
No, me either.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna ride it. I'm gonna take the Gophers.
Yeah?
I am.
Good dog. Yeah. God, I don't know what to do.
Favorite's gonna be just as tough. Really. I mean, I want to say Missouri because I just feel like why is it so low? But
Yeah. Dang, I don't know. Give me Charleston Southern. Dog.
Charleston Southern.
Dog. Yeah.
You're going what I do with Jackson.
I think Florida State could actually cover that. I do. Charleston Southern's not good at all. But it'd be funny if they don't. I'm just saying. I'm just taking them for that. Just funny.
Taking the 33.5.
Yeah.
Ew.
Good dog. Good dog.
I kind of thought maybe you would do Wake against Miami.
It's just, there's a lot of points. I mean, it is I took even more for Florida State, but.
All right, I got my favorite. I'm going to take SMU.
Yeah, I like that. I was going to take that. Just give me Ole Miss minus 10.5.
Okay.
I like that too. Yeah.
Well, I'm using CBS. I got them at 10. So
okay, that's good. We'll take that. I like you.
Give you a chance of pushing.
It's probably going to be 7 by Saturday, so we'll see.
Yeah. So you got Ole Miss minus 10, Charleston Southern plus 33.5. I'm going Gophers plus 11.5, SMU minus 9.5.
Nice.
Let's take a quick break.
Yeah, I'm going to pee.
Do NFL.
I got to pee. All right.
All right.
Okay, we're back. NFL. What a great slate last week was, if I remember correctly, right? Yeah, it was freaking awesome. Yeah, just remembering now who exactly played. It was a great slate last week. So a lot of great games to get through. Did we talk about Washington, Philadelphia at all?
We previewed it a little bit.
We previewed,
yeah. I think I actually took. I remember thinking Washington. I just had a feeling. Started out good, very low scoring game to start.
Yeah.
I went to bed at the end of the third, watched it in the fourth quarter in the morning before I drove down to Tennessee. I hate the Eagles.
They always play you good, don't they?
They do.
They always play you good.
They might be back a little bit.
If you played them in the playoffs this year at this point with your team, do you think that they'll do it again and just because they've recently, the recent past times they played you, they've had your number.
We always have to go there. Like if we can get them at home, I'd feel
okay.
Obviously, they're on track now
for Super
division.
Yeah, it feels.
So, more than likely we would have to go there to play them.
Yeah,
because it definitely looks like the fucking Lions ain't going to lose anytime soon.
Dude, so we'll get to the Jags.
So we may be looking at a wild card. So I don't like that matchup, for the Vikings, but we'll see. I got to get there first and go from there. But
for sure,
but Barkley got a chance to win fucking MVP this year.
He is. They literally P-test him after he hurdled someone backwards while he was jumping backwards, which is, I guess, understandable that you piss test him, but. It truly MVP could be MVP year. Yeah, it's freaking crazy. So, Green Bay.
Green Bay. Yeah, let's recap our picks.
Yeah,
we had a bad NFL Sunday.
Man,
Tyler had the only point of the day from the Packers-Bears game. He got the
I got
win.
the Packers.
Didn't get the cover. Damn near would have had the loss.
Yeah.
They don't block the field goal at the end.
Tell them how dumb
Bears.
I am now.
The fucking Bears. I told you the Bears were going to win.
I know.
And that's who we play next week. I actually almost kind of hoped that the Bears would have pulled that one off.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have been a little bit of a full.
Are you in Soldier Field? Are you away again?
Or again.
Man.
Game on the road. But, you know, with our pass rush and their offensive line, I like this. I still like it.
Yeah, I know for sure.
The line's pretty low too. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
But and then you have the Jacks plus 14.
Yeah.
Tim and I were looking at you when you took that. I'm like, man, you're crazy.
You guys are so right.
Done.
You
You're
guys are
done
so right. Oh, I'm so done. Yeah, no, even more so. Even though the culture in Jacksonville, Doug Peterson should be fired. Is he fired? Did he get fired?
I don't think
he didn't get fired yet. Yeah, I would have seen it. He should have been fired probably on Monday. It hasn't been yet. Just not good at all. But yeah, I'm definitely done betting against the
scored on
Lions.
7 straight possessions to start the game.
Jared Goff 412, 5 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns. It's just crazy.
It felt like every time I was looking down at my phone, during commercial breaks of the game, it was the fucking Lions that scored again.
Yeah.
I mean, every time I looked at my phone,
Yeah.
they had another touchdown. I was like, Jesus, there was actually 2 Lions fans that were sitting like 2 rows down from us. And like, it was so annoying.
Of course.
So they were there, and then in the section over, right in the aisle, because I was on the aisle seat too, the section over, there was a fucking Packer fan. So I'm like, Jesus Christ, I come to
You're
a
just surrounded.
Titans game, and I got Packers and Lions fans over.
Yeah.
Also had a fuck ton of purple, though. I'm going to tell you that.
Yeah, it was.
We'll
it was.
get to that in a minute.
It was.
So you got 1 point. I got nothing after going 4-0 the first 2 weeks in the NFL.
Yeah.
I completely laid an egg. 49ers, I was laying 6.5, and Geno finally beat the Niners. Running in a touchdown in the final play, or one of the final plays of the game. And then I stupidly took the Raiders just because, and I really didn't like any underdog last week. And we can go back and look, but I don't think any of the.
There was some hard ones to even pick.
You couldn't
even.
I don't think any of us would have got points. So
right.
Most of the favorites won anyway. That were favored big anyway. I guess in hindsight we should have took the Seahawks.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Raiders laid an egg. Dolphins have a shot at getting back in this a little bit.
I think they're too far out. They were what
4-6. I mean, they're in the hunt. I mean, that's the thing with the AFC. Like, there's teams that are
yeah, that's true.
They're still 2-3 games out.
Yeah.
I mean, they need some help.
That in the hunt, dude. Freaking every year.
Right.
Every year.
I do think the AFC's teams that are there are pretty. They're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Baltimore's a wild card right now. I don't think. I mean, even with the 4 losses that they have, I don't think they're going to collapse to the point of missing the playoffs.
Right.
They might have screwed themselves on winning the division now, but because they got some tough games to come up too.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, we'll see what happens there. But
yeah.
All said and done, I only got 1 point from the weekend. That was from you. So we are all tied at 28.
That is insane.
So the pressure is, and I feel like we kind of struggled on picking some college games.
Yeah.
So the pressure's on us definitely to get the NFL right this time.
Yeah.
So we talked Packers, talked the Lions game. Dolphins, blew out the Raiders. Rams beat the Patriots 28-22. And again, I mean, with the Niners keep losing, that division's there.
Dude, it's so weird.
It really is.
It is, but the Rams are not. Like, the Rams play the Eagles this week, I think.
Yeah.
Like, it's just going to keep losing. That's such middle of the pack.
That's going to be like a 9-8 division winner.
Yes,
like
yeah.
Yep. The Saints blew out the Browns, man. I kind of wish we had Tim here to talk about that, especially as passionate as he was last week.
Right. The Browns, I thought it was a Jameis Winston revenge game and everything else, right? Started off pretty good. Yeah, I did too. I did. I took the Browns. I thought they were just going to win outright. Then, was it Hopkins? He missed 2 good field goals.
Yeah.
I mean, even though it ended up being 35 points that the New Orleans scored, but field goals matter. They have a lot of momentum to them. I know it's just a field goal at the end of the end zone drive or whatever else, but just sucks in that way. The Browns, man, they're just they're bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
Taysom Hill, though, huge. Man, he should be banned from fantasy. I'll tell you that. This guy went off, man. He is just amazing. 138 yards rushing. It's just crazy.
Let's do it. Let's talk your Steelers.
Oh man.
Second time this year
Man.
that you don't score a fucking touchdown and you win the football
win.
game.
Yeah.
2-0. Every other team in the league is 2-18 when they don't score a touchdown. The Steelers are 2-0. Unbelievable.
So, I love that stat. Oh my god.
So I knew obviously we were going to talk. You talk. I want you to talk first.
God, we're so.
And obviously I was at my own game live,
yeah.
So I didn't get to watch. I saw the 2-point conversion attempt, if you want to call it that, in the club seat bar. As we were walking out of the stadium, everybody's eyes were glued to the 2-point attempt.
Yeah,
which was pathetic. But what was so funny was the first observation, and this is before I knew anything else about the game other than keeping track of the scores.
Yeah.
And I knew Pittsburgh was only getting field goals because, just like every time I looked down and saw the Lions score a touchdown, I felt like every time I looked at my phone, the Steelers had another field goal.
Yes.
So I knew they were getting it by threes and weren't missing extra points. So I knew they were kicking field goals only. But my first observation, and I learned more about it after the fact, was on the 2-point play. I'm like, where the fuck is Derrick Henry? I thought, oh, maybe he got hurt. Because as soon as I saw he wasn't on there, I watched the 2-point play, and then I looked at the box score. So explain to me how Derrick Henry had 13 fucking carries against the Steelers.
For 65 yards.
Which is good average.
Yeah, it is a good average.
13 carries?
13 for 65? It's like, what, 5 yards a carry?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
run the goddamn football.
Yeah, the fact that they didn't, it felt like a lot of passing from Baltimore. The way that the offense didn't play to what they're usually doing. Which
is why when Ravens lost a couple games at the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
this is why they lost.
They didn't run. Yeah,
yeah.
And this is the Mike Tomlin, John Harbaugh mind. Explosion. Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah. Well,
that's
mind your fucked up another L.
Literally.
Yeah.
Dude, so. I'm just gonna say right now, I can't do this. I can't. No. I'm afraid. I'm gonna talk myself into a Super Bowl appearance.
Oh my god! So, I'm gonna bring you down. Because the more I read about this game, I'm gonna hate on the Steelers, right? But I did admit for a couple weeks now that they were good.
Yes.
But I'm gonna tell you something.
Yeah.
Everything that and again, I did not watch play-by-play, so you can try to prove it wrong to me.
Yeah.
But everything that I'm reading about this game and that saw about this game, the Ravens lost this game. Way more than the Steelers won.
Yes,
one of the best kickers of all time misses two fucking field goals.
Yeah.
Now again, I gave you shit a week or two ago about your awful fucking field at Hines.
Yes.
And I'm still gonna call it Hines. I don't give a shit what it's called.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah,
I agree.
But it's always been a shit show.
Yeah.
There, okay. Kickers have always struggled for longer kicks. But then you talk about the guy who's the most accurate kicker of all time. Okay. And if he's telling me that there's something wrong with the field, I'm tending to believe him.
Yeah.
Okay. I do think that they
I don't know.
Up on purpose.
Not when you go 6 for 6 on your Chris Boswell.
Again, though, but you're kicking there 8 to 10 times a year.
Yes, I get it. But if the field is that bad, when he talks about the field, if it's that bad, right? Yeah. Yeah.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
That is sour grapes, and I don't like it. You can use it as an excuse or a reason that they lost. Sure, especially a 2-point fucking game.
Yeah. When you miss 2 field goals,
just one.
Yes.
Then maybe they're only kicking an extra point at the end of the game and not having to go for 2. Whatever.
Yeah.
But that 13 fucking carries.
That is insane.
Come on. And we're in the critical. Even if you're going to use him as a decoy, you need to make the Steeler defense appreciate the fact that he could get 2 or 3 yards on a 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
By bowling you over.
Exactly.
So somebody would understand there, but if you watch it, they did whatever that bullshit fake they did with the wideout.
Yeah.
Nobody fucking bit on the Steelers defense. Okay?
No.
And I will give the Steelers defense a ton of credit there. Yes, the Ravens only ran the ball 13 times.
Yeah.
But you held Baltimore to 1,600 points, which should be good enough to win a football game.
Yeah.
Even in a football game where you don't score a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
So
the defense is just it's the best in the league. Okay. I'm over talking about Kansas City.
They don't lead the league in takeaways.
That's fine. We don't.
The
need
Minnesota
that.
Vikings do that.
Yeah. Yeah. It just
and we score touchdowns when we win football games.
We don't. If you don't have to, do you? All right, wait. What should you?
You don't have to.
You don't have to. That is what I mean, though. It's just like this game. I mean, we always play Lamar Jackson good. We always play John Harbaugh good with Mike Tomlin on the other side.
He only has one win.
He only has one win. Yeah, and it's just the career against us is not good for him. I get it. But like this is just one of those games. It's the Steelers. You had Mike Tomlin at home as a dog. You don't do that, and you did it again this week. I got +3 for +100. Like you're gonna give me a free money back guarantee on that? Like, are you insane? You don't do that to Mike Tomlin in this spot. And it was just a glorious day. Glorious day.
Good.
8-2.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Because
I'm reverting on what I told you a couple weeks ago. The Steelers are going to win a playoff game.
You don't think they're going to
want to play Baltimore in the wild card?
I don't think we're going to.
They won't give Henry 13 carries next time.
You know what I'm going to say though? I don't think we're going to. You know why I say that?
You think the Ravens may miss the playoffs?
No, I think we're going to get the 1 seed.
You're going to get the 1 seed.
1 seed. I'm just saying. And if we do,
you went from being scared.
Yes, yeah.
Now,
no, I'll say it.
Now after a week where you didn't score a touchdown,
dude.
Now you think you're running the table.
Yeah. So
okay.
So all right, just hear me out. We might lose to the Eagles. I'll give you that. But the Chiefs, the way the Chiefs looked away from home, I think we can beat them. I still do. Now the only thing is like the AFC North games back to back at the end of the year is going to suck. But like I feel like the Bengals are nowhere.
When one of them is the fucking Browns.
And one of them is the Browns. I mean we'll sweep I think this year. Well hopefully by tomorrow. Yeah. But like it's just in those scenarios in the rest of the way we're probably one of the harder schedules. But and I will say if we do get the 1 seed, I don't care about winning a playoff game because we already won a playoff game without even playing a playoff game because we got the first round bye.
Okay.
In the first seed. I will be over the moon ecstatic. And we could lose the divisional game. I don't even care. Actually, no, I probably would care. I probably would care.
Yeah, you might.
I actually might care.
A lot of it depends on who it is. I still think that they're better than the Chargers.
Yeah. Chargers look good, though.
You might convince me if you get Kansas City at home that you could beat the Chiefs. I could see that. I don't think they're better in Buffalo. I still, even after beating them on Sunday, I still would like Baltimore's chances against them in the playoff.
Against who?
Pittsburgh. I would.
Yeah.
Right now, yes, you have the leg up. And if I was doing a power rankings right now, I would have the Steelers ahead of them. I mean, in fact, they're 2 games ahead of them, plus beat them head-to-head. So there's no question.
Yeah.
But I still think matchup-wise, you don't want to play them. You know, that's my opinion. That's it.
I do think
Kansas City's a toss-up. I think if you get them at home, you win that game.
Yeah. The Bills feel like probably the best. Yeah,
Buffalo.
I feel like they are the best team for sure, especially after the last week's game against those 2 together. But like, if
the Chargers don't have a big win this year.
Yeah, no,
they really don't.
But they do look pretty good.
They do.
Pretty
defense,
good. Yeah.
I mean, they got caught napping a little bit and let the Bengals back in it on Sunday night. But
yeah, the only thing I'll say about the Baltimore thing when you said if we play in the playoffs, I feel like.
Oh, and they had I think, look it up, I think they had 12, 13 penalties in that game.
Oh, they did. Yeah. Oh, it hurt them. The penalties hurt. That's what probably actually lost them the game. I will say the amount of penalties that went through.
That I had.
Yes.
That I like. This is why I felt like Baltimore. Like 13 carries to
Henry.
Tucker missing 2 field goals.
The penalties killed them. Like there was multiple times when they went down the field and they had an elder man downfield, or they had holding here or holding there or whatever. It was insane. Like I couldn't get over the fact like it just kept happening and happening. We actually got in a little bit of flag trouble too. Not as much as them, of course, but the only thing I'll say though about the Baltimore thing, if we do play in the playoffs, which I don't think we're going to do, I think we're going to split this year with them when we go to Baltimore. But if we beat them twice and we have to see them in the playoffs, we are going to lose that 3rd game.
Yeah.
But I feel like if we split and we can have a home game against them in the playoffs, we could just pull it out. We could just pull it out.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's all I'll say. I am all the way back in on the Steelers, all the way back.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and resist myself from being that Yinzer that's in me because I've held it in for a very long time, for like 4 or 5 years now, how bad we've been.
Oh, no.
So I'm not gonna show you anything crazy just yet. I need to see a little bit more from Russell. I need to see a little bit more from the offense. But George Pickens can catch anything. And the run game is looking awesome. Najee Harris looked great last week. And the guys behind I'm so excited. All right, I'm done. I'm done. I'm very, very excited.
Good.
Very excited.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not as excited about that.
Yeah.
So, penalties. I tell you what, Tennessee, I'm not going to say they got hosed.
Uh-huh.
Most of the calls were legit calls. I don't know if you saw, there was one shaky one that could have turned the game. The Vikings were up 7-3. They had 4th and goal at the 1. After struggling to get, I think they had 1st and goal from the 2. And, threw it incomplete, ran it 2 straight times, and then they threw it on 4th down. Addison got blasted. I actually have the video on my phone. And immediately, I was like, okay, that looked bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Helmet to helmet. The replay showed he did not hit him in the helmet, hit him in the shoulder, but he did launch. So I was okay with the fans went fucking berserk. The coach, Callahan, had to be restrained. I thought he was going to get kicked out of the game.
Oh my God.
Awful. He felt like they got gypped.
Yeah.
The Titans, I had gone to the bathroom, the Titans radio announcers were bitching about it. Of course, I mean, they're being homers, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know, so correct me if I'm wrong. Is it maybe just college? Isn't launching a rule? Doesn't matter where you hit the receiver or anything.
Yeah.
If you launch yourself head first, that's a penalty.
Yeah, I think it's a penalty. Definitely unsportsmanlike for sure.
Unsportsmanlike,
Yeah.
which is what they call it. And again, it was 4th and goal. The ones that's automatic first down.
Yeah.
Half this is a goal. And actually, what was funny was Callahan ended up getting a penalty as well for coming out on the field. So it's when they placed the ball, it was funny. My seats were literally, they were mid-level, but they were literally on that goal line.
Yeah.
And I'm the fucking point of the ball was already in the end zone. It was they did half the distance to the goal, and then Callahan got the penalty, and they went another half distance.
Oh my God.
So it was literally an eighth of a yard away from the end zone. It was the craziest shit.
Yeah.
And then the quarterback sneaked it and got it in. So, and then they ended up missing the extra point there, but that was a 6-point swing there. And then they just kept. Now I'll tell you this: there's number 78 for the Titans offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Every fucking snap was moving early. It was clear as you could see it with the naked eye.
Yeah.
It wasn't one of those you got to see a replay and see that it was a half second every fucking snap.
Oh my God.
And they weren't calling it. I'm what the fuck? Now they end up hitting them with a couple illegal formations in the game.
Yeah.
Several times, including one where they scored a touchdown when it was. What was the score? I think the Vikings had gone. I think it was 23-10. Yeah, it was 23-10, and the Titans got a touchdown. It was a 50-yard pass, and nope, illegal formation.
Oh my God.
And I don't know. I didn't understand the rule enough, and especially being at the game, it's hard to get the analysis right.
Yeah.
We recorded it at my brother's house, and Adam Archuleta, who again actually got the tickets.
Yeah. Shout out.
Yeah, shout out.
Huge shout out.
He actually.
Can you get him on the show? I'm sorry. Can you get him on the show?
We could try.
Freaking awesome.
That would be great analysis.
Yeah, that would be
especially
awesome.
the games that he calls.
Yeah, right.
We'll definitely
Let's try
to do that. But yeah, he actually disagreed with the penalty in the end zone, and he's a former safety, and so maybe he's feeling a little bit bad about where the league has gone in the direction that these calls are going. But anyway, even the legal formation as they call back the touchdown, he's it's one of those yes, in the spirit of the rule was wrong, but it can go either way. It doesn't really affect the play, and I don't like those either.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just not lined up right. It's stupid, right?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it ended up with 12 or 13 in the game, and it just seemed like every big play, they just shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
So, I don't want to take too much away from them. I mean, they looked better.
Looked better.
They finished.
Darnold looked good. Yeah.
Yeah, Darnold. Like they definitely won on the. Like we could not fucking run the football.
Really?
I kept bitching that they weren't.
Oh, I actually had Aaron Jones. I'm like, what the hell are we not doing?
I had him over 60, and he didn't get half of that. So, and they tried. You know, not as much as I would have liked. There were instances where like. You know, they were getting away with not getting sacked. I was like, okay, run the fucking ball now.
Yeah.
And then nope, first down, they would throw it and get sacked or throw it incomplete, and then you're setting yourselves up, right?
Yeah.
So, especially at second and 10, you know you're going to run the ball now. But, so that was pissing me off a little bit. But the defense, fucking defense, played great. I mean, they obviously the one touchdown got called back. The only other one they scored on was 98 yard touchdown.
That was Levis.
Third and 10. Like, so on first down, they damn near got a safety, and now they were on the other end zone. Like from where I was, it looked like he didn't make it out, but the ball was, past the goal line. And then this was great play calling. I got to give the Titans credit for this. On second down, because they had lost a yard, it was 2nd and 11. Levis just did a little bit of quarterback sneak just to give him some room, right?
Yeah.
And only got a yard. And I was thinking, okay, they just don't want to fuck up here. It's 16-3. They're just trying to like. Make sure they don't give up a safety, punt the ball, play some defense. Because they had just got done stopping us on the 3 and out. So I was lulled to sleep a little bit. So I think our fucking defense was. Because after doing a quarterback sneak, then all of a sudden you drop back to pass. They tackled or blocked Greener greatly on the play. And basically what happened was Gilmore picked up the slot receiver. Thought Metellus had Westbrook. He didn't.
He did.
So and so he kind of made like a pathetic diving attempt, and once he missed that, he had 37-year-old Harrison Smith trying to fucking chase him down. So, man, it just like, and that made it 16-10. So I'm like, are you shitting me? Like we were dominating the game. Until that play, and so that play scared the shit out of me. But they responded the very next drive and went right down the field.
That's when you texted me that. I was like, damn, that was great.
But there was a defensive holding on third down. I think we were like right around like 36, 37-yard line.
Yeah.
That extended the drive. Questionable call. I went back and watched that. Yeah, it was holding, but it was one of those like, I feel like it was one of those that happens on every play.
Yeah. Right, and then you just have to...
And so if it was my team, I probably would have been screaming as well.
Yeah.
So they were just... And I'm not going to apologize for it because there's been so many games we sat here on the very first show, and we were getting fucked against the Rams.
Yeah.
And it definitely was. It felt like it made you feel icky a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I think the fix might be in here on the Vikings today. I did feel that way. So I'll admit it that like we probably got lucky. We definitely had all the calls went our way in that game.
Yeah.
But we did look overall better as a team than we did the previous 2 weeks.
Sure.
We still went on the road. We ended up sweeping the AFC South, by the way, which we're still undefeated against the AFC. So you're talking AFC shit.
No.
We haven't lost an AFC game yet. So our only 2 losses are in the NFC. But anyway, I'm feeling good. We're not going to catch the fucking Lions, though. Like, the Lions just keep winning.
It's more of like you will have a wild card for sure.
Wild card, which is, like we talked very beginning of the season, this is what I could see happening. I mean, we're still better than I thought we would be. So are the Steelers. So that's what's driving me nuts.
I know.
We both have 8 fucking wins.
I didn't think we were going to be here, you know what I mean? Especially at 8-2, both of us.
So I'll take it. I still don't see, after 11 weeks in the year, I don't see Darnold winning a Super Bowl, being a realist. I think the peak is going to make the playoffs. If we get the right matchup, which right now today would be Arizona, I think we could win that game.
Oh yeah,
even on the road.
I think so. Yeah.
I think it's possible that we could win a playoff game. We're gonna have the right matchup.
Yeah. So, right. Exactly.
All right. We'll do a preview the next week. We did cover, which I didn't think we'd cover. So
actually, I didn't think you would either.
I did say about the under, and the under did hit.
It did hit. Yeah.
Cool. Colts and Jets. Fucking Jets. So they fire their GM.
Are
they going to figure it out?
I think they might just
who the problem is.
Figure it out.
I've been saying who the problem is all year.
Yeah, so, that's good. Props to Anthony Richardson, though. He had a freaking awesome game.
He did.
He's actually coming around, maybe. So
maybe that benching helped him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna bury the Jets, man. I'm gonna bury the Jets. Fuck the Jets.
I know they're not good.
I told you.
You did. I said it. No.
Sam Darnold and Zach Wilson had a better career winning percentage with the Jets than Aaron Rodgers does right now. So.
My goodness.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, I think it's a combination of both. It's a bad mix for them.
Yeah.
I do think Rodgers is done. I think he's overrated, and he's just in a bad fucking organization.
Yeah.
They just can't figure it out. I don't know when they will. They need new ownership. Atlanta, what the? They're still in the division, but they look terrible.
These are
the fucking Saints.
Well, dude, Bo Nix, Sean Payton.
I hate him.
I know, but he has another Drew Brees, is what I see in this kid. Especially after that game. I'm just saying. He did not have it with Russell Wilson.
We need McCarthy to be good then, or we'll never hear the end.
Dude, if it rolls, I know you don't want to hear. Yeah, I guess you don't want to hear that part, but that's what I see in that kid, and with the dynamic they have together. I don't think that he's going to have the touchdown record or anything. I'm not saying that, but. 4 touchdowns, 300 yards. It's just now I feel like they're getting in rhythm. Denver's not going to win anything big or major this year, I don't think, of course. But if they can build off of it and Sean Payton's day, you keep building. Yeah, crazy.
The Niners, it's a franchise I've never liked, but I've respected. I've always respected the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're a well-run organization. I'm jealous of them.
Yeah.
They have a winning culture. They always seem to be in the mix. They're never really, really bad,
Yeah.
But so maybe we just have higher expectations of them. But man, if they're not careful, we're getting late into the year here, and they're not that far behind because their division does stink. That's
right. That's what helps.
But they keep losing these fucking games.
But if they keep losing these games, they're not going to get the wild card. Yeah, that's what
right. Home game they've lost when they were leading with 2 minutes to go.
Yeah.
The third.
But the injuries are not helping them whatsoever. The people that are out.
But they've had injuries. Even in their Super Bowl years.
Yeah.
They've overcome it. So.
Yeah. And now McCaffrey's back. Maybe he can start rolling. I don't know.
Yeah. They need to figure it out. They got a tough game this week, too. So.
Yeah.
Buffalo, Kansas City, which was obviously
a great game.
That was the game of the week. I got to see pretty much most of the second half of this.
Yeah. I mean, freaking Mahomes, the first year having fantasy, wants to throw a pick every freaking week. Every week. Now, he did turn it on at the end. Had 3 touchdowns, I think. He had all 3 passing touchdowns. But, yeah, man, Buffalo's probably the best team in the AFC. It's kind of crazy. This actually may be their year. It really could be.
Yeah, and if it's not, then,
went in.
It's cursed. So,
yeah.
All signs are pointing to a Buffalo-Detroit Super Bowl right now.
Do you imagine those 2 fan bases? My God.
Yeah.
Something's going to burn down. Something's going to burn down.
And then the Sunday night game, Chargers-Bengals. So how about this? This just blew my mind. Joe Burrow has 27 touchdown passes and 4 interceptions. And the Bengals are 4-7.
He's been playing stellar. Him and Chase, man. They've been trying and trying. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just their defense. It just can't contain anyone.
Joe, if you're unhappy, please. Darnold's only on a 1-year contract.
If you guys got him, dude, oh my God.
I'm gonna try to will it to you know what, man. You probably haven't seen it because obviously you don't follow the Viking sites I do.
Yeah.
You know what's picking up steam?
No.
For 2025, Aaron fucking Rodgers. I can't do it. We're in the same boat.
Is this Favre all over again?
Yeah.
That is so funny.
It ends disastrously. Come to Minnesota. Oh my God. Now the only thing I'll say
I want that to happen so bad.
The first year of Favre.
Oh my God.
We were one soul-crushing interception away from the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But I feel like he would do the same thing. Rodgers would probably fuck it up in the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my God.
But at least I get maybe he gets us there. I don't know. But he's.
Do you think he gets you there?
I didn't like Favre either. I know, obviously he's a Packer, right? I hated him, right? But by week 4 of the year we got him, I'm okay. All right, I'm bought in, right?
Yeah.
You
guys were winning. You guys were
winning.
Yes.
But the thing about Rodgers is a fucking nut job. Favre wasn't.
All into left
Rodgers
field.
is,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, he's not doing these fucking echo chamber, whatever the fuck he's into.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like he's not doing any of this shit. Like, I mean, he's doing a bunch of shady shit outside of his career now, and ripping off welfare people and shit. But, so I don't think he's a good human being. I don't think either one of them are. And it's always a red flag to me that like Rodgers talks to nobody in his family.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, I mean,
yeah, really.
I guess I'm doing that too.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't want it. I don't even want to entertain it. Like,
I would.
If it obviously,
that would be freaking hilarious.
Oh my god.
God, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna this.
Do you think
show,
he could get you the NFC Championship? Because I'll buy all the way in on the Viking stock if you think.
3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, no.
I don't think so either. I think he's done. I think he's done.
Yeah.
So
we'll see. We'll see if he actually retires. I don't know if he will.
Yeah, I think there's other options out there.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Like if you gave me a choice right now, Aaron Rodgers, like today, Aaron Rodgers or Sam Darnold, I'd take Sam Darnold. I would. I just don't think now, today. Like, I'm not saying 5 years ago, different story.
But your coach is so much more. Your play calling is so much better. So much better. That's the only thing I got. And you have Justin Jefferson, the best wide receiver in the league. That's the only thing I'm going to say.
He's got fucking Adams. I mean, that's what I'm saying. The Jets are
doing
all these
Adams.
things to appease him.
Adams 2 years ago,
he's the fucking problem.
To Adams now is just completely different. I think too. I don't know. I mean, it's probably the organization he's in. Probably from the Raiders to the Jets, it's not helping him. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, I'm sorry, we went off on a tangent there. I don't know if you got anything good to say about Harbaugh's boys, the Chargers.
Oh no, Jesse Minter, man, that's great for them, man. That's awesome. I'm so happy for him coming and winning and helping us win, and now helping the Chargers. So
he could be helping himself into.
He could be a head coach soon. Yeah.
And then I guess we'll briefly talk. The Cowboys thing.
Oh my god, so bad.
Still haven't won a home game. And they've gotten. I think they said that every home game they've trailed by at least 20 points too in every home game.
Oh my god,
that's unbelievable.
It's always Super Bowl every year for them. Every year.
Yeah.
McCarthy's got to be done. Got to be done.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This is his last year.
So it'd be interesting to see Jerry put in a new name. I don't know what name he'll go after. It's always someone good, I think. It's always something. It's always a good name. So.
All right. Well,
we'll preview.
We'll preview. So we'll start tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Going. That's why we're recording today. But going. Very excited. I am actually scared. I am. This is a game we could definitely lose, overlook. The stats say we only have ever won, I think, 2 games against two-win teams. Or no. Something like that. This game is.
Fuck, you got like 3.5 favorite.
That's the thing. That's a trap. This is a trap. Trap.
79% public right now.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like anything about this game.
The under.
Yeah.
36.5.
Maybe this is one of those games you ride the public, but all I want to see is a win. I don't care what else happens. I don't care about covering. I don't care about anything else. But
you don't care about scoring touchdowns.
No, if you don't need to, you don't need to, right? You don't need to. You don't need to. It's always This is what happens though in the AFC North games that I just have been accustomed to is we split a lot of games. So I could definitely see us losing here. I really could. Which I do not plan on us losing here. But
I could see it more. You've convinced me on the Bengals being a tough matchup. If you dive into the stats, their defense just sucks.
Yeah. But they can score.
But Burrow, they can still put points on the board. Yeah. So I don't see that with the Browns. I just don't.
They are bad.
Yeah. So, and the way your defense plays, I think Winston's just going to be a turnover machine.
I'm hoping. I'm actually hoping. Yeah, because if not, if they play a good strategy game and they run with Chubb, and Chubb might actually have some good runs this game, and if they do and no penalties, man, it could get interesting. I'm nervous, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm going to take Pittsburgh. I'm probably just going to lay the points because it's Pittsburgh. I'm not going to bet against them here, but I am going to take Pittsburgh. Yeah.
All right. I'm not going to bet on it just because I want to root for the Browns.
Yeah.
But again, if you made me bet on it, I'll take Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
All right, so Sunday, Kansas City at Carolina. Carolina's getting 11. think this is a bad bounce back for the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think.
I know they've struggled with covering this year, but
I think they do now. I think Pacheco's coming back too, so I think it was even more so why they would cover this game. Sure. So yeah.
Vikings Bears. So the Bears are getting 3.5.
Yeah, how do you feel about Soldier Field? I mean, of course it's legendary, but how do you? I mean, right now they're 4-6. Like they have. I don't feel like they have much to. Matt Eberflus is a terrible coach, in my opinion. Yeah. I don't know. I like the Vikings here for sure.
I do too. I think it just comes down, as long as we protect the football and don't beat ourselves, we can win this game. I like our defensive matchup with their line.
Yeah.
I think
their offensive line isn't. Yeah.
Yeah. So although I felt that night going into the Rams game, because the Rams line was kind of in shambles throughout the season, and then something just clicked that game for them. And ever since then, they've looked relatively decent. I think they had one stinker in there, but
yeah,
that's the only thing that makes me a little scared of maybe with this new offense coordinator. Maybe the Bears found something against Green Bay and kind of rose up in that game because the Packers are kind of in their head too. So I don't know. Like I'm always scared. I'm always a pessimist. The glass is always half full of Vikings for me.
Right. I am interested to see how good the Bears can play against you guys, especially like you said, the offensive line and the pass rush you have. Yep. It just matches up great for you. So I mean, depending on how fast.
And if we want to be serious, we have to win these games.
You got to win. You got to win the.
We got to win these fucking games to keep up with Detroit.
Right.
If we're serious about trying to chase them down, we can't lose these games.
No,
because the Lions aren't. So
I do think you're going to beat them the second time you see them. I do.
That's why we got to stay. We got to stay within a game.
Yes, right.
So
that game
takes care of itself now. Yep. Over/under on is 39.5.
Yeah, I don't.
That's going to be close. I mean, I do think 20-16. I can see being a score here. So
yeah, I might take.
I'd probably say the under.
The under, yeah. I feel like a lot of people might bet that. I don't know. I don't know how good the offense actually is.
Well, Paul Beck's only 60-40.
Okay, that's good.
So I like that for the Vikings.
All right, under, yeah.
All right, so we'll move on. Titans, Texans. Texans are giving them 8.
Yeah.
Again, Tennessee played better than what the score said. Just the penalties killed them in that game. I think Houston starts to rolling now.
Yeah, I feel like this is the game they need to start to show exactly what they have. Nico Collins is back.
Did Monday night, but it was Dallas, so
right.
That might be a game to just get some rolling.
This needs to be a Nico Collins bounce back week. I'm not just saying that because I have him for fantasy, but off the injury, I think they just show him. Joe Mixon's a stellar guy, but you have weapons outside of that, and C.J. Stroud needs to probably start making some plays again. So yeah.
Lions and the Colts. Colts are getting 7.5 at home. I mean, Richardson did look a little bit better, but
I think this is just too much.
Detroit's just
the playmakers, the everything. Jared Goff can throw 5 interceptions and still win a game. I mean,
right.
So
on the road against the division leader.
Yeah,
that's great.
Just Detroit.
Yeah. Patriots, Dolphins. Dolphins giving them 7.
Little AFC East battle. I like them. I like Miami.
I like Miami too.
I think like you said, they're just gonna keep it going.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, New York Giants. Going with Tommy DeVito. Daniel Jones.
I love that.
Third string.
Third string, not even second.
Not even backup. They already announced that Drew Lock will be backing up DeVito.
That's crazy.
Giants at home getting 6 against Tampa.
Yeah.
Tampa has played tough and lost two tough games, so I like the Bucs.
I do too. I am very interested to see how good Tommy DeVito can be. He made some plays 2 years ago now, but showed signs he can run it. He can kind of throw it, but we'll see. I like New York in the spot actually, just because of the change. I guess we'll see how good the play calling is with Tommy DeVito, but yeah, I guess I would take Tampa Bay as of right now. But
okay.
I do like to see what New York can do.
Last 1 o'clock game, Dallas, Washington. Commanders are giving them 11.
Damn. 11 seems like a lot, but yeah, give me Washington. They're just so bad.
There's nothing I'm seeing from Dallas that I hate. I'll delay that. 4 o'clock games, we got 3 of them. Denver at Vegas. Vegas is getting 6.
6.
We're gonna have a lot of choices between favorites and underdogs this week.
Man,
big lines this weekend.
Yeah. I like Denver.
I like Denver too.
I love Denver in that spot. Yeah, the Raiders have no. It feels like they have no clause or anything to do with it. So no identity.
Yeah, no identity. Yep. San Francisco, Green Bay.
It's a good game. Yeah, it's a good game.
Niners are getting 2 in Green Bay. I like the Niners in this game.
I do too. I think. Yeah, they need to win bad. I don't know. Not to throw anything against the Bears, but yeah, Green Bay should have probably won by more than this one. But yeah, I like San Fran in this spot. I do. I agree. Yeah.
Arizona at Seattle. Seattle at home getting a point. And this is essentially for the division lead. I kind of like the Seahawks.
Yeah, Gino had a great week, winning last week. The Cardinals show signs of good, and then sometimes they just don't produce. That offense can be very good, but I don't think they're showing all their potential. I like Seattle too. I think the 12th man there gets it going. I think it'll be just fine. Yeah, give me Seattle.
Okay. Maybe the game of the day for Sunday anyway. Is the Eagles and the Rams.
Yeah, it's a great Sunday night game.
At home getting 3. That's not a great home field advantage in LA, especially in that stadium. So I expect there to be a lot of Eagles fans. I did forget to mention that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Man. I sent you the video.
That was awesome.
It was 70-30, man. Like, it was 70-30.
Yeah.
All 3 levels, just purple. I mean, the town, like, Nashville was just fucking flooded. I mean, it was crazy.
That's so cool.
So cool.
That is so cool.
There was actually an article that went out today talking about not just that game, but the fan following that we've had this year.
Yeah.
So it's impressive. And I think, really, it's happening everywhere in the NFL. Like, it is almost becoming a goal of people to get the different stadiums. I know it's a goal of mine. So more and more people are doing that now.
Yeah.
And when the season, the schedules come out, like, people are looking to see, okay, where can I go? And they're making vacations out of it. I know I do. So
yes.
And obviously Nashville is a perfect one. If you've never been to Titan Stadium, never been in Nashville, it's a destination city to go to. Even if you're not into country music, it's still,
a cool place to go. I need to go. I haven't been. Yeah.
It's expensive as fuck.
It is. I heard it is. It's crazy.
Oh, God, $11 for a Bud Light can. Downtown.
You're not even in the stadium and that was that much? Oh my God.
No, it's crazy. But yeah, so you're going to get a ton of Eagles fans there. I'm bought into the Rams a little bit, though. I think the Rams know they need to kind of win this game.
Probably win this game.
A little bit. I think the Eagles, won, 6 in a row now?
Yeah.
I think they're due for a loss here. So,
man,
I'm going to take the Rams.
Yeah, with Nick Sirianni, it feels like he's all, that one year they had that just terrible second half. It's getting to that point. They're getting to the point where they had no return from a couple years ago. I just don't see it happening again. I think this team is good. With Saquon addition, it's just even better. MVP year we already talked about, but I like Philadelphia here. Yeah, I really do. I like that a lot.
And then the Monday night, got the
Harbaugh. Oh, man.
Harbaugh.
Man, the Harbaugh boys are back, man. That's so cool. So cool. Baltimore at Los Angeles, yeah. Baltimore -3.
Getting 3. So back-to-back LA teams at home getting the
Yeah, that's crazy.
But again, I think it's going to be, half Baltimore fans there.
Yeah.
They need it.
They need it bad. Yeah.
They need this.
I'm taking Baltimore. Yeah.
I think Baltimore's going to bounce back.
I think that they're just going to run. I do think the defense, like we already talked about, Jesse Minter's really turned it around. I think Jim Harbaugh in general has turned it around. But the defense in Los Angeles is good. But I think they're going to get back to Derrick Henry, more than 13 carries, and just show exactly what they have. And just dominate them, honestly. I think they're going to blow them out.
Okay.
So
now we gotta do our picks.
Man,
almost kind of want you to go first.
That's fine. Yeah.
And then maybe just kind of go opposite. With what you do.
Yeah. Tennis. Yeah. I got 2 favorites that I'm looking at. It's either Houston -7.5 or Washington -10. No, or Kansas City -10. No, I don't want to do that. Nope. Yeah, I'm gonna take Washington -10 for my favorite.
That was the one I was looking at too. But
Yeah.
I'll let you have that
one. Do you want to pick? Since I took that one, do you want to pick an underdog?
Well, those are my favorite. You know what? I don't try. I mean, because that is a divisional matchup between Tennessee and Houston. I'm gonna do the Chiefs.
Chiefs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I'm wanting that too.
And that's so you're seeing 10 on yours.
I see 10.5, so I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. It's better there.
It's 11.
Oh, okay. You can use 10.5. Yeah.
I'm gonna use 10 and a half.
Yeah, I would too. Yeah.
Take that point right.
Take the kicker.
So yeah, I'll go Chiefs. And you're gonna let me go first on favorite?
Yeah. Or on underdog. Yeah. I can go.
Choices here. I mean, I would consider the Giants.
That's what I was considering.
Just because, maybe they find something. If you want them, you can have them.
No. I
think I'm gonna surprise you on somebody else.
Okay. Yeah, give me the Giants then. If you're not gonna take them, Giants +6. I kind of want to. I'm excited
to start remembering the ones that I give you, and if they win,
yeah, really. I actually like that. I actually want to see exactly what Tommy DeVito does.
What line are you want to lock in there? What do you see?
I have 6 on here.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Okay. Yeah, and Tampa Bay's hurt, even though Tampa Bay can still score. I maybe Tommy DeVito does it. I don't know.
Okay.
I like it.
I'm gonna surprise you. I surprised us last week, and it backfired horribly. But I'm gonna roll the dice that he's coming off a good game.
Yeah.
Maybe they're due for an L. The team they're playing. I'm gonna take the Colts.
Wow.
Against the Lions.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
I know. I'm gonna do it.
Oh man.
Take it to the bank. Roll with it.
Roll with it. I learned my lesson. I'll tell you that.
You did.
I learned a good lesson.
You did.
Yeah.
I should have. I don't know. Colts are better than Jaguars, though.
Yeah, definitely.
They play team stuff.
Yeah. It feels like maybe it's a week that.
I feel like it's a week that maybe Detroit just
overlooks it.
Overlooks a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe they still win, but they don't cover. Maybe they sneak some points in. I just don't feel good about anything else. Like, I'd consider Tennessee against Houston. I got Vegas. I just don't feel good about it.
Yeah.
I don't feel good about the Cowboys. Don't really feel good about the Patriots. So yeah, not really much other choices.
Yeah.
If the Browns, I tell you what, if the Browns line was higher, maybe I'd take the Browns.
Yeah, I think I agree.
On closer game, but I just don't see it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I can't take it anyways.
3.5.
It's not 5 on yours, is it?
No, not that much.
All right, so you got Commanders -10, Giants +6, and I'm rolling Chiefs -10.5, Colts +7.
Nice.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right. Cavs end up winning by 28.
28.
Covered, and it went over, so they're 16-1. I think we're looking at next Wednesday for the Hawks-Cavs.
Hawks-Cavs, yeah.
7, so I don't know if we'll get on the air right before that game or not, or maybe while the game's progress, but like tonight. But that's it.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
I was just shout out. Skynes wins Rookie of the Year.
Skeens.
And
they announced Scooble and Chris Sale.
Yeah, shout out Chris Sale. Yeah. I kept forgetting about him.
He joins a nice list. Here's the Braves pitchers that have won the Cy Young. Warren Spahn, Tom Glavine, John Smoltz, Greg Maddux.
Great, yeah, Greg, yeah.
Chris Sale, that's a hell of a list.
That is a hell of a list, yeah. Some great pitching for Atlanta. Yeah.
So pretty cool.
Yeah, there was no MVP yet, though, right? Nothing for, I don't think his.
Don't think so.
Freaking Manfred.
Manfraud. Stephen Vogt got that.
Yeah, Stephen, shout out Stephen Vogt. That was a rookie manager.
Guy from the Brewers won nationally. I can't remember his name. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. I'll have to check. I actually didn't see it. I didn't know if they came out or not. I didn't see it.
Yeah, they
did.
Yeah,
MVP came out? Okay.
Or no, I don't know if MVP.
Oh, you mean manager. I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't see manager of NL. But
Stephen Vogt and then...
Yeah,
I got the Brewers.
Yeah.
So, don't know his name. Sorry.
No, it's sorry.
Brewers fans out there, we apologize.
Yeah.
But, all right. Yeah. So I think next Wednesday again.
Next Wednesday?
More Cavs.
All right. See you guys then. All right. Good show. Love you guys.